Hi, you're listening to K1up.com. That doesn't make any sense. This is 1UP's Skyrim live stream for the next 4 or 5 hours. We will be playing Skyrim for you on the internet because you can't play it until tomorrow. And yeah, I'm Jeremy Parish.
I'm Ryan
here.
Winterhalter.
Yep. And Ryan, why don't you treat the readers to a dramatic reading of The Elder Scrolls: Lord of Souls?
Yeah,
by
I think
Greg
Bethesda
Keyes.
has really been pushing this on us. I think we've gotten probably 4 or 5 copies in the past 3 months of this one book
no,
alone.
I don't think we have. It's been a long time since that showed up in the office.
Yeah, but then I got another one and I gave to Bob.
Oh, okay.
To the point that Bob has started rejecting all the video game novels we give him, ironically.
So we're going to have a brief dramatic reading of the Elder Scrolls novel to kind of get you in the mood as I load another game. I need to figure out something interesting to look at.
And the contest as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, go ahead and pimp the contest.
Yeah, so we have a couple of contests going on. One is at our Facebook page. You can check it out, oneup.com/Facebook. And on Facebook, we're giving away a journal, a leather-bound Skyrim journal, and the collector's edition of the game. We're also giving away copies of the game via Twitter to the person who asked the best questions. So if you want to be considered, send us a question at 1UP with a hashtag Skyrim on Twitter, and you'll be entered into consideration. All right, so let's see. A random point in this book. I'm not sure I could even pronounce these names.
Give it your best, man.
All right. Einig was acutely aware.
That's not dramatic.
It's not dramatic?
Get it dramatic. Let me. Anayag was acutely aware of Lord Rel watching her as she studied Grimm's corpse, but she couldn't control the burn of tears in her eyes. Actually, let's not do this. Let's just play the video game. Let's not subject anyone to this. All right, so I think, if I'm not mistaken, this save has me kind of on the run from a couple of dragons. So I'm going to jump over to this save and see if that's correct and if I die horribly. This is kind of my midpoint of my playthrough so far. It's 27 hours in, a level 19 character, and
I see your character's name is Lady Gigi.
Yeah, it's short for Lady Ga.
It's the rebranding of Lady Ga.
Oh, whoa. That was very pimply faced teen from The Simpsons.
Oh, I dropped my wallet. My girlfriend's gonna kill me.
I can't believe I have to fight 2 dragons at once. Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, this save file, I was walking through the wilderness.
We start tonight at dusk.
All right, looks like
this isn't it.
Looks like we're getting some questions.
Oh, good. I'm gonna load something different.
All right, so the first question is, have there been any instances of hindsight where Skyrim caused you to question your game choices and the morality of your actions?
Yeah, actually, there have been a few instances, and I don't want to spoil too much, but there was one mission where I went in to help an exorcist clear out an abandoned house because he thought it was haunted, and I went inside, and a Daedric Prince, which is basically the Elder Scrolls equivalent of a demon, like Satan, forced me to kill the guy or he wouldn't let me out of the house, and then he's like, "Now you must do my bidding." So I've got this like horrible quest in my quest log that I really don't want to finish up because my character is supposed to be neutral, not evil. So that's not cool. And there's also another one where I went to clear out a crypt because someone thought it was haunted, and it turned out there was actually just a really sexy cannibal living inside, and she's like, "Hey, you're like me. Wanna eat people?" I'm like, "Well, no, not really." And then she was like, "Well, meet me over here at this other place." And I happened to come across that place, and I'd forgotten the importance of it because I'd turned off my quest log.
Mm-hmm.
And there she was inside, and she was like, "Let's go kill some stuff." So now she wants me to lead a dude to her so that she can kill him and we can eat him together. I don't think I really want to do that. That's not my character. Kind of hot.
All right.
But also kind of gross.
The next question is, can you explain more about the PC interface being so bad? I can take that. Yeah, the big issue with the PC interface is inventory control. The entire concept of the user interface is all built around a D-pad or an analog stick. Of pressing up, down to navigate menus, and then to confirm or exit, you press left or right, not A or X or click or escape. And so it's serviceable enough, but it just plays so much better on a 360 pad that even if you're playing on the PC, that's kind of the way you want to play it, which isn't uncommon for PC games these days.
Yeah, I mean, I watched someone playing Elder Scrolls or Skyrim with on a PC with a mouse, and just watching him dart around the way that it moves, it just made me nauseous.
Yeah, with the lack of view bob as well. On a D-pad, just sort of this straight no view bob sort of thing works really well. Once you get a mouse in
Okay.
it, for some reason.
Okay, this you can keep talking. I'll continue once you're done.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying once you get a mouse in, then you kind of need a little bit of view bob to make it feel right.
All right. So this is the save I was looking for. Yeah, there's a dragon. I can feel my controller rumbling. So what happened with this particular event is that I was walking merrily through the woods, and all of a sudden I heard a dragon overhead. And, at this point in the game, my character's kind of weak. And the dragon swooped down, and all of a sudden it was about to attack me, and a giant ran out of nowhere and started beating the crap out of the dragon. And so I just stayed low and avoided its fire. And I, ran off to escape before the dragon could catch a beat on me again. And I jumped down into a river, and there was a troll in the river. And trolls are very powerful and very dangerous. And so I evaded the troll, and then this other dragon showed up. And then I saved and said, I can't deal with this anymore. And that's where I am now. Oh, looks like there's a person fighting the dragon, which is why I'm just kind of shooting from behind and doesn't know it. But that person's not going to last much longer. But if you see here, I'm zooming in and slowing time, and the dragon's dead.
So how many dragons have you fought and successfully killed?
I have successfully fought all of them. Well, no, actually there was one that got away. Because I went inside, and when I came back, it was gone, and it had killed the dude who was trying to fight it. Whoa, psychedelic, man. So I don't know if the person the dragon was fighting is still here.
His corpse should be somewhere in the direction of the
I think it was
dragon's mouth.
Her. That's a good call, by the way. Yes. The Vigilant. But yeah, I've found that just about every time I fought a dragon, there has been someone else nearby. And because I'm playing a stealth character, I duck out of sight, and the dragon doesn't really notice me. So it goes after the other character. Wait, no, I can't find the dragon. There we go. It goes after the other character, and I just kind of like hide out in the background and pick away at it with arrows. Anyway, so you can harvest enemies, and as you can see, the dragon bones weigh a lot. They're 15 pounds each. The dragon scales are 10 pounds each, and
But they're very valuable.
they are. But of course, you don't actually sell for that value. You sell for like a fifth of the currency. And if you invest in the crafting tree all the way to the top, which is pouring a lot of perks and a lot of time into crafting, you can make dragon equipment. And apparently, from what we've kind of collaborated to discover, like, you don't find dragon equipment anywhere in the game. There are no quests that give it out. There are no enemies that drop it. Maybe there are some like late in the game if you've played for a long, long time. But it kind of looks like to get the best equipment, you have to invest in crafting, which kind of sucks in my opinion. I don't really want to pour a lot of perks into crafting. So as you can see, my carry weight is about to go over the top. Yeah, if I take this last dragon bone, then I'm screwed. So I shouldn't do that.
The carry weight situation is really interesting in that you, very early in the game, you will overload yourself. I mean, Fallout and other Bethesda games, there was kind of this in the early part of the game, it was kind of hard to get too much to carry, but it's really easy in Skyrim.
To carry too much?
To carry too much. Like, my first dungeon, I was already overweight.
Although I think people have a tendency when they first play these games, if they're not familiar with the series, they have a tendency to just take everything that's not bolted down, including stuff that has no resale value. So, like, leave tankards, leave wooden plates. You don't need those things. But yeah, it also depends on which kind of character you build. Like, a Dark Elf has a 300 capacity, but I think a Breton, because they're so heavily focused on magic, only has 200. So, depending on what kind of character you're playing, you'll have a different carrying capacity. And again, you can get perks and you can get equipment that boost your carrying capacity. So anyway, that was a dragon. I killed a dragon. Not very, I wasn't really playing fair, but I did kill it. So good job, Jeremy. Nice job, Jeremy. Nice shot, Jeremy. Et cetera, et cetera. It's like E3 all over again.
All right, so
Yeah, so if you notice, there was like this kind of structure here where I was fighting the dragon, just like some ancient ruins. So let's go check those out. There may actually be nothing here. It may just be an archway, but maybe not. What were you going to say?
so let's see. Type Bop, I have no idea how to pronounce that. Wants to know while there are 3 main factions of the game, are there any other groups?
3 main factions. What do you mean?
Well,
There's
that's what the question says. There's the Imperials, there's the Rebels.
Yeah, that's it. There's the Imperials and there's the Stormcloaks. Basically, there's a civil war. I mean, this is kind of basic information. I'm not giving away too much here, because you start out the game hanging out with the king who has been deposed, or the king who's been arrested for his crimes and for launching the rebellion. So there, Skyrim is occupied by the Empire. The Empire has been around for millennia. But after the events of Oblivion, this takes place about 200 years later, the Empire has weakened because the Emperor was killed and his successor was killed, and the elves, like the High Elves, I think, are kind of kicking everyone's ass. So the Empire is kind of fragmented, and Skyrim wants to break away. Some people in Skyrim want to break away, but some people in Skyrim are loyalists to the Empire because they think the Imperial regime has actual benefits, and they think that they need to kind of maintain that consistency and so forth. So there are the 2 factions. There's the Imperial sympathizers who have the Empire siding with them, and then there are the Stormcloaks who want to break free and create autonomy for Skyrim. And you can pick a side, or you can just let that quest line languish. It's interesting because that's really the only kind of binary decision in the game. And there is, I believe there is a definite outcome one way or the other depending on which side you pick. And Bethesda games, like the Elder Scrolls games, always have this continuity between them. Let's go see what's in this tomb. They have that continuity between them, from game to game, and there's kind of this overarching lore.
Oh, okay, actually,
and when you create a kind of that player dichotomy, it creates sort of a muddiness for the lore, and I don't know how they're going to explain it. And this is really dark, and I have no idea.
Well, there's actually a question sort of along those lines. Dave the Same asks, as an Elder Scrolls fan, do they have anything that continues from the other stories, or I assume he means previous Elder Scrolls games, which I've heard some passing references to the Oblivion Crisis.
Yeah,
but nothing too really concrete. You can read about the old Elder Scrolls games in books.
Yeah, I mean the books. There are new books, and of course there are the old books that appeared in previous games. But yeah, there are a lot of references to the past, and like I was just explaining, the events of Oblivion have a huge impact on what's going on in Skyrim right now. Everything that, like the main plot lines, both the dragons and the rebels, I think, are kind of tied to the collapse of the pending collapse of the Empire after the Oblivion Crisis. And you meet people who seem to have connections to what happened in Oblivion. There's someone who may or may not have been responsible for all of that. So this dude wants me to go in and help clear out this tomb of a necromancer. I haven't done this quest, so let's find out what happens. So I can be a dick and say, why did you let your aunt go in and fight a necromancer in a tomb by herself?
I'm not proud of it.
And he admits that he's a coward.
Terrified of that place, and Aunt Agna knows it.
But yeah, you do see a lot of references to Oblivion, to Morrowind. In fact, since I'm playing a Dark Elf, I'm getting a lot of references from other characters about events that followed after Morrowind. Because High Elves, or Dark Elves, hail from Morrowind and Mournhold, the city, and the capital city of Morrowind. And I haven't really played that much of Morrowind, but I know that there was like this giant rock island suspended over the capital city, and it was being held there by some god's magic, and I think you caused the god to disappear at the end of Morrowind.
It's my impression that the city is destroyed.
Yeah, eventually that rock has collapsed, and it caused a volcano to erupt. And basically, Morrowind is a wasteland now. So Dark Elves like Lady here are refugees. Like, very few people live in Morrowind anymore because it's not really habitable.
Great. I'll
All
unlock
right, so I'm
the
going to take the
door and lead
quest.
you inside.
So
Then
yeah,
you can
you
lead
get
the
lots
way.
of references like that. I mean, I haven't seen any references necessarily to Uriel Septim Seventh or Jaeger. What's his name? The guy is the battle mage who masqueraded as Uriel Septim the Seventh, like Jaeger
No idea.
Tharn or something like that.
My
Like, there are a lot of references that I haven't seen past to, but just the kind of continuity within the world, I feel like that's very integral to the Elder Scrolls, and there is a lot of that. And even as someone who's
We should
pretty
get after
inexperienced in the
Val's
series,
Baron before he does more
like
damage.
I'm definitely recognizing kind of these references and the importance of certain events and certain names and so on and so forth. So since this is a crypt, my character is going to be really awesome in here because the undead are kind of stupid, and my stealth build is really good at taking them down. Like I can often kill them before they even know I'm here. Not in this case though.
Not this time. Now a Draugr, is that basically just the
It's a zombie.
zombie? And they seem to be just endemic to the area. Like, there's no escaping them. It must be like almost like household pests. Any place where you bury dead bodies, there are zombies in this world.
Yeah, well, you know, it's the cold, chilly north. Everyone's got to kind of stay active to keep warm, and apparently that includes the dead. What the hell? Oh, yeah, I just about got smacked in the head with a spiked chain, a trap. Unfortunately, I was ducking, so I missed out. Oh, I should level up a skill. So let's see what this character's skill build looks like. I'm going to do stamina again because that gives me more time to zoom in. And it looks like I've invested a lot in sneaking, but in fact I've invested so much in sneaking I can't actually really develop that tree any further because I need to build up more sneaking skill. This skill requires a 70 sneaking rating and I only have 61, so I've got to keep sneaking around. I could buy more stealth, but let's look around and see what's up. Can't really do anything for lockpicking, I guess. There's got to be something. Maybe archery. What's up with archery? And in case you're just joining us, hi, I'm Jeremy Parish with OneUp.com, and Ryan Winterhalter is here with me.
Hello, hello.
We're playing Skyrim for the next few hours to kind of wet your whistle until the game comes out tomorrow. Right now I'm choosing a level up perk, and I'm having trouble finding something awesome enough for my tastes. So I think I'm just going to build up more power in archery so that I can kill Draugrs more easily.
So
yeah, I just bumped up overdraw. So now my bows do an additional 20%
speaking
of damage.
of which, Shinkyo81 on Twitter wants to know, how do the bow mechanics feel the game? Is it cool to be a marksman again?
Yeah. I know a lot of people complained about how in previous Elder Scrolls games, bows and arrows don't do a lot of damage, but if you invest in archery, you will be very powerful. I can take down a lot of foes in a single hit if they don't see me. I mean, it helps to have the stealth, because that gives you a 3x bonus modifier on your arrow attacks. All right, here's an example of me being awesome at killing the undead. Like, I can tell that dude is going to come to life as soon as I walk in that door, so why walk in the door? Why not just kill him in advance? Oh, it's a restless Draugr, so he's more powerful, and I'm just going to let this dude take the brunt for me. Actually, no. Oh.
So you got now. There's another trap. If you look down at the floor right now, I got caught in one of these now, where you just have these oil slicks lying in these crypts. So if you use a fire spell,
Yeah.
the whole room goes up in flames.
But a lot of times what you'll find are there are lanterns hanging over them that you can shoot and knock down, and they'll explode and cause it to burst into flames, and that'll do a ton of damage to anyone that gets caught in there. So it's a good way to trap enemies. But you kind of have to, you know, watch out for the environment. It's basically the Elder Scrolls equivalent of an exploding barrel. And actually, I find it easier to move in first-person mode through the dungeons, so I hope this doesn't make anyone motion sick. All right, I've built up my lockpicking skills a little bit in this build, so As you can see, this lock goes down pretty easily because it's low level.
So another person wants to know.
Oh,
Oh dear.
So long as you only get rid of
I have not had that happen to me before.
You can rob me blind. Just get rid of these damned zombies.
All right, speaking of damn zombies, there's one right there. And I'm undetected, so... Yeah, he's going to go down before he even gets close. Yep. And that's just a standard Draugr, so like I said, one hit and he's down. But again, it helps that I've leveled up my archery skills and I've invested in stealth, so I get the hidden stealth bonus. Why don't you pimp our contests again?
Yeah, absolutely.
So people know what the stakes are.
So we're doing 2 contests. One is on Facebook, where we're giving away a limited edition of the game and a leather-bound Skyrim journal. You can go to facebook.com/oneup to check things out there. Then we're doing another contest where we're giving away copies of the game via Twitter. Where if you want to do that, send us a question at OneUp using the hashtag Skyrim, and when all is said and done, we're going to pick the 2 best questions that were asked, and the people who asked those questions will be getting a free copy of Skyrim.
And then the Facebook contest, did you talk about how awesome that is?
I did.
Okay. I was busy listening to his plot dialogue. Also, his aunt, kind of hot. But she's dead.
Inappropriate.
She's
Too
dead.
soon.
I know, right?
Yeah, the
I'm
dialogue
sorry
choices,
about your hot dead aunt.
The
so
dialogue choices don't allow you to be a sociopathic dick, which is unfortunate.
You can
as
you
I
can
like
be kind
doing
of
that in
you can be kind
these
of
games.
kind of curt at least. Oh.
All right. So as I mentioned in the question, we have a few more questions coming in. One that I keep on seeing in the live stream chat, and has come to up as Twitter, is how we're doing this. Well, I guess we're
How we're doing what?
doing how we're streaming when there's the game's not out yet. For those of you just joining us, we are part of oneup.com.
Right.
We're press, so we've been playing the game actually for a while now.
Right, and our review just went up a couple of hours ago, and now that the reviews are out, Bethesda's like, yeah, just show whatever you want. So we're being good, and we're not spoiling the game for anyone. No story stuff, just quests like this.
I like the look of things in slow motion. It gives you a chance to sort of like look at the animations and appreciate them in a way that you don't necessarily get to do otherwise. All right, so Negima Sonic wants to know, are there any divine intervention spells like in the old games to carry your stuff away, like so you don't get overloaded?
Oh, I haven't seen one of those yet. That would be a good idea. But I haven't really dealt in magic much, because what use does a thief have for magic? Hey, dude, I'm sorry about your aunt, but I'm going to steal more of your stuff. Oh, right.
Okay. Okay. So, we've got a few questions about the guards. Do they say, stop right there, criminal scum, like they used to?
Well, I guess if you, like, perform naughty actions, they might, but I haven't been doing that.
Now that there's the Empire and the Rebellion fighting in this game, you would think rebel scum
You
would be.
rebel scum.
Some Dark Forces references.
Oh.
Where's the Dark Forces love, Bethesda?
Yeah, it's almost like they're a different company. Sorry. Ah, there we go. Picking adept lock. Lock picking goes up. This time the dude doesn't even mind that I stole his family's crap. I feel especially bad since his aunt's dead. Which way did we come? I got all mixed up. Okay. Yeah, there's another one of those dudes. Frampton comes alive. Oh, actually, no, that's just a decorative zombie. All the housemakers are. Oh yeah, when you get an enemy down, they're staggered, and you can do a death blow if you do melee combat. But I don't, so
Oh. Now these spiders freak me out. Just the way they're animated, they move. It's just terrifying.
And again, this is a really great thing about the stealth archery build, is that as long as the enemy doesn't detect you, if they're focused on another character and you're kind of hidden, they don't recognize that you're there, and you get the stealth bonus for sniping at them. So it's really useful to, like, you know, just send someone out to be your punching bag, and stick to the shadows. And
Yeah, how did you go about choosing
away.
the companion you're using? Did you just get a companion and
oh, this guy is part of the quest. He was in the he was in the crypt that I entered, and he was like, "Hey, can you help me out? My aunt has disappeared, and she's very hot."
Okay, right now, like, 'cause what I'm
There
finding
we
with the
go.
companion is my companion disappeared. I have no idea where he is, and no other companion will join me because, as far as the
Whoops.
game's concerned, he's still around.
Yeah, that sounds like a Bethesda game.
Which happened to me in
Love those guys, but
New
their
Vegas.
games do get a little glitchy. Oh man, that dude just laughed at me. What's up with that? All right, that's not doing any good. Ace, stay out of the way, dude.
So you've been playing a lot in third person as well. The classy Python wants to know how that works out.
It's really good. Third person in this game is much better than in previous games, and your characters look a lot better too. Uh-oh, that's not good. Dashed right in. Oh,
I've been finding that the third person, I like playing when I'm wandering around in third person to see my character, but for combat, I'm pretty sold on the first person.
for aiming, I like first person. Oh, here's something I haven't talked about is enchantments. I forgot that I'm carrying a Reverent Orcish bow, which is amazing for this dungeon because the Reverent means that it's blessed to drive away the undead. But right now I don't have, like, the enchantments worn off. So what I need to do is go to weapons, choose the Reverent Orcish bow, and hit RB, and then I can use soul gems to recharge. You can see the meter charging. So this will restore the magic on the weapon, and now I'm going to make the undead flee in terror. There we go. So you
Alright.
see it's glowing now.
So then Lord Bacon asks, could a person who played only Fallout pick up the game and feel at home in terms of the overall feeling?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's fantasy as opposed to sci-fi.
Yeah.
You have giants instead of mutants, but you know, it's kind of the same thing.
There's several key gameplay systems that are incredibly different, but the way it controls, the way it feels when you're walking around, the way the characters animate, all straight out of Oblivion. Not Oblivion, but Fallout.
But it's a much better looking game than Fallout. I mean, this is not the best example because it's kind of gloomy and dark. Oh, there we go. Pull chain. I have to open a door, but there's a chance this is a trap, so watch me backpedal.
Right, now, you go around taking on, you know, dragons and giants. When you just fight zombies or regular enemies, do they feel just kind of weak in comparison?
It depends. I mean, there's different levels of draugrs. The draugrs themselves, the basic level draugrs, are super weak. But, you know, then there's the Restless draugrs that are more powerful, and then there's this guy, Draugr White, who's even stronger. Get out of my way, dumbass.
Now, I don't see you aiming for the head. Do headshots?
No, there's no locational damage. Okay, so as you can see, my bow is making him run in terror, and that's awesome.
Yeah, enemies
Although,
running away
actually,
seems to be a
it
theme
may
in-
not be awesome because he may lead us into more bad guys.
In there and put an end to this.
True Nords never back down.
Yeah, enemies that run away seems to be a theme in Bethesda games this year.
Does it?
Yeah, Rage had him as well. Bethesda's the publisher, not
Right,
a developer.
Meh.
So have you run into any of the... Yesterday they announced the or I don't know if it had been talked about previously, but yesterday the big news story was the Radiant story, that these procedurally generated quests that essentially give the game unlimited content. Have you run across those yet?
Yeah, I mean, those are just copy-paste type missions. I've barely seen any of them. I've been mostly focused on the main quests, which are written as opposed to generated. But Scooter's spent a lot more time with them.
All right, and when Scooter comes on, we'll talk to him about that.
Now you can join your ancestors in service to me.
Oh. Run away.
So are you exclusively a bow character?
Mostly.
At this point in the
Oh,
game?
yeah. Further in the game, almost entirely. If I'm in trouble, I have a staff that will summon a demon to fight for me. But for the most part, yeah, I just stay out of sight. Man, this bow is helpful.
Oh, this is a good question. Do female characters share the same voice over for the dragon shouts? I've only played as a female character, and I haven't heard
Yeah,
it
I can't
as a male
speak to that
character.
because I've only played the one character. I mean, the dragon shouts have a female voice, but I don't know if like different races have different voices. Missed.
So you were talking about basically sticking to sort of the main quests. What are those quest lines, and like what are the guilds you can join? There's
There's the Dark Brotherhood.
Thieves Guild. There's the College. You don't have the Mages Guild. You have the College of something.
Right. And then there's the Companions, which are like the Fighters Guild.
Yeah, so there's those 4 that I've encountered. But I think there might be a few more. They're just not coming to mind.
All right, we may be in over our head. There's a super awesome undead dude there.
You have time to summon the demon?
Oh, I don't have it in this build.
Ooh.
That's something I got later in the game.
So this current save is about how many hours in?
Like 20?
20 hours in.
Who was shooting me? Oh. You stupid jerk. Nice. So we finished that quest because we're awesome.
And you took his family stuff.
I did, but I earned it.
I love a challenge.
All right, what are you doing over there? Oh.
Thank you for your help with vows. Please take this and leave me to see to Aunt Agna and my other family members.
So in case you're just joining us, this is OneUp.com's live stream of The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. We'll be streaming for the next few hours. And you have just witnessed us kill the hell out of a necromancer, which I think is appropriate. I think necromancers, you know, being so familiar with death, deserve to die. I am Jeremy Parish, and here with me as my Chewbacca is
Ryan Winterhalter, also of OneUp.com.
yeah. So we're playing the game for a while until IGN takes over with their live stream. So until you get to play the game yourself tomorrow, we're just kind of wetting your whistle, doing non-story specific quests. Just kind of exploring the world of Skyrim, because there is a whole hell of a lot.
Between our stream and the IGN stream, we have like 12 hours worth of.
No, it's like 8.
8 hours worth of Skyrim heading to you today.
That's still a lot of Skyrim. Though.
Yeah, that is.
That's like, I don't know, a tenth of like 3% of the game.
That'll get you most of the way to the game's release.
Human flesh. Hello. I wonder if there's a dragon word in here.
Rinley44 wants to know about enchanting, and he says when you enchant something, does it show enchanted, like flames on the sword or something? It doesn't show flames, but it's got a
Yeah, let me show you the bow.
there's a shader on it or something.
Yeah, it has a glow, and you hear it sizzle when it comes out when you draw it. So, definitely, you definitely know what's up. Like you can see it's enchanted.
Yeah, the same person also asked what's the level cap, which is 50, which I don't think anyone in the office has hit
Nope.
yet, despite the fact that some of the hour counts I hear on people's games are getting up to 50 and 60 hours at this point.
Scooter's in the 70s. My level counter is like 28 or 29. No, I'm almost 30, I think.
It's nice that it's that high. Fallout had kind of a low level cap at 20, and then later raised to 30 with the DLC, and that just wasn't enough. You could max out your level super early and then still have, dozens of hours of content to go through.
All right, so I done killed me some necromancers and his little undead cronies.
One person wants to know if the bows are like Battlefield 3 and that there's projectile drop, which...
Yeah. The longer you hold down the right trigger before releasing, the further your arrow will fly. So if you just like tap R3, your arrow's barely going to go anywhere. But if you hold it down for a few seconds, then it'll, depending on your archery skill, you'll get some really great range on it. The stronger your archery skill... Thanks, dude. The stronger your archery skill, the further your range. Like, when you're kind of low level at archery, you can fire your bow a long way, but there's kind of a limited distance at which it will actually do damage. But once you level up to a higher level of archery, you can hit enemies that are further away. Otherwise, what happens is you shoot at them, and you may hit them, but it won't register as a hit. But it'll like alert them, and then they'll come find you and kill you before you can do anything. So that sucks. So I should figure out where to go next. Oop, wrong button.
And how is the quick travel in the game? Do you use it a lot, or do you walk from place to place?
Well, in this save, I don't have a ton of locations uncovered compared to my later save. But I've used a fair amount of quick travel. But the further you get into the game, you start doing quests that take you all across the country, and once that happens, you actually will want to quick travel a lot because it's just tedious to go back and forth on foot. I mean, this is a big ass game. I estimate that I'm probably going to spend about 200 hours in it to clear all the quests, not even counting the procedural stuff. So yeah, I don't really see the advantage in not using quick.
Yeah, in
quick
terms
travel.
of the size of the game, the amount of content, it seems to be far more than any Bethesda game I've seen in the past. Like way more than Fallout.
Right.
By a long shot.
So do we want to see what happens when we take on a giant? Do we want to see how quickly I die?
Yeah, giants are awesome.
I think this is kind of the infamous part of the game. People who have played the game a bit are aware that, yes, giants are very deadly. As Penny Arcade said, they're much deadlier than dragons, which is true. You saw me take down a dragon pretty easily.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. With
Although it helped that there was someone distracting hit. But yeah, the dragon can't kill me in one hit, but a giant, I bet it can. So if you see these octopus-looking things, or I guess they're mammoth skulls. Okay, I get it. The giants herd woolly mammoths like cattle, and the giants are actually very peaceful by nature. They don't mess with you if they see you unless you mess with them. They're just kind of like I just want to herd my mammoth. See, he sees me. He knows I'm there, but he doesn't care.
And there's no way to interact with them other than fighting?
Well, I guess we can find out. Oh. No, he doesn't want me to get near. Like he's not going to attack, but he doesn't want to talk to me either. I think there are some giants you can talk to, but this is not one of them. And he's not so happy about me being here. So there's another giant nearby, and I'm going to shoot that one first because it doesn't know I'm here so much.
No.
And I want my stealth bonus before I die horribly.
Will that make the second giant aggro to you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they'll both come after me. Wait, did I just hear Did I hear a dragon? Damn it. I hate those guys. So I'm going to switch to a stronger arrow. Not that it's going to do anything for me, but, you know, Dwarven arrows are pretty high level. One little touch I like is that Dwarven armor is stronger than Elven armor, but Elven bows and arrows are stronger than Dwarven bows and arrows. Although, actually, in Elder Scrolls lore, apparently dwarves and elves are the same thing, so whatever. All right, so, yeah, I'm going to get a sneak attack on him. It's going to do a tiny little amount of damage, and then he's going to run after me, and I'm going to die horribly. So just to kind of broadcast what's going to happen, I know what I'm getting into, but, you know, life is cheap in Skyrim. Oh, actually did decent damage. How about that?
Oh, wow. You're making a dent.
Yeah, but not enough. And I don't have that many Dwarven arrows.
Yeah.
The thing about giants is that they have really good range. Yeah, there we go.
One-shot kill.
Yeah.
All right.
That's like jumping onto spikes in Mega Man. You know you're going to die. Why do it?
If you're just joining us, this is OneUp.com's live stream
Of the Elder Scrolls V.
Skyrim. We'll be going to about noon, 1 o'clock-ish or so, and then afterwards you can check out the IGN live streams.
Yes.
Bring
And
you
as
10
you're
hours.
as you're watching us, you can win fabulous prizes.
Absolutely. So the first contest we got running is on our Facebook, which you can check out at facebook.com/oneup. All our contests are only for those over 18 and in the United States. So
It's not our fault. It's legals.
all our Canadian and British and Australian and Kiwi viewers are
Kiwis are so cute.
not that kind of Kiwi.
Oh. They're delicious too.
Yes, that kind of Kiwi. But
Well, I do have the cannibal quest on my log.
all right. So
Anyway, keep going with the contest.
So
info.
the first contest we've got going is for a limited edition of Skyrim, and also this leather-bound Skyrim journal, which is very fancy. You can check out the details on that on facebook.com/oneup. And then our second contest is giving away two copies of the game via Twitter. If you want to be considered to entry into that, tweet a question to us about the game at OneUp using the hashtag Skyrim.
And
yeah.
I'm going to travel another place I've never been before in the game, but I don't know where that is. Actually, let's just show. You know, I think maybe it's time to load up a later save file. Let's load up my current character build. Let's see. There we go. 56 hours. That sounds good. Level 29 Dark Elf. That's what we want. I hope I'm not in the middle of something terrible, like being beaten up by a giant or something. That would be ignominious.
All right. So apparently there are a few people, not everyone, but there are a few people who are having technical problems. And the solution they're talking about on the live stream chat is if you're having issues, switch to the 540p stream. Because apparently that's the...
540p is not a standard resolution.
It's not. I'm not sure.
I guess it's half 1080, huh?
Yeah. I'm not sure what that is, what the reason for that is. But if that's the case, give it a shot.
And meanwhile, please enjoy this fabulous loading screen.
Yeah, the interactive loading screen where you can sort of turn the items
Whoa,
around.
and zoom in and out.
But they all look extra shiny.
Yeah. Well, these are like more highly detailed models than you actually see in the game. So I'm in Iverstead, and I don't know what I'm doing here. But where's some place I haven't been before?
All right, so
the dark spots on the map are places I haven't been.
On Twitter, Chris Forsyth asks, what kind of graphical improvements can you see between the console and PC versions?
I haven't played the PC game, but I mean, draw distance is better. I've seen a little bit of it. Draw distance is better.
Frame rate
textures
is better.
are better. Frame rate's better. I mean, of course, it depends on your spec.
Yeah.
Like if you have a crappy PC, well, forget it.
So far, the only video card I've seen it running on is a GTX 580, which is basically a beast. It's the top of the line now. And that runs the game at full detail, 60 frames a second. The draw distance is better. There's no aliasing, and the frame rate is better. I'm sure if you did a side-by-side comparison, the textures would also be better. But it's not such a a huge difference that it's immediately noticeable looking at the games at different times.
I have heard some complaints from people on the internet, and I don't know how true this is, but supposedly, if you copy the game over to your HDD on Xbox 360, there's apparently a problem with texture degradation, where the game's textures slowly look worse as you play. And
Really?
I don't know if that's entirely true. I have seen some kind of wonky textures, but it's sort of hard to say what's platform specific and what's just, like, this is a big ass game, and it's just kind of, it's got the occasional issue just because of its sheer scale. Anyway, so right now I have not been to where have I not been? I've been everywhere. I haven't been to this little swamp area, so I'm going to go check that out.
So Mad Symmetry is asking about a day one patch. We haven't actually downloaded that yet.
Is there a day one patch?
Apparently there is, according to this tweet, but we're playing on an offline console. So.
Well, there was an update when I first played the game like 2 weeks ago, but I don't know exactly what that was.
Okay, that could be the day one patch, in which case we either haven't played with it or we've been playing with it the whole time and don't know necessarily what the difference is. Negima Sonic wants to know, how is the alchemy going? You touched on it earlier. You can't alchemize on the run anymore.
No, you have to go to an alchemy depot. But those are pretty common, and you can even, if you buy a house, you can get an alchemy station in your home. My alchemy is pretty high because I eat a lot of stuff when I'm just wandering around.
Yeah, basically every town will have one or two of each of the crafting stations, of an alchemy table, a blacksmith forge, a grindstone, an anvil, and a tanning, and a leather tanning. I don't know what you call that. Where do you tan leather at?
A tanning rack.
Rack will be good.
A tanning booth. A tanning bed.
Pierce Trahan wants to know, are the horses faster and easier to control compared to Oblivion?
I cannot speak to that question, but I did not have a problem with them. They're not super fast, but you can dash with them.
They look about the same to me.
I mean, you have a run button, or roll if you're sneaking, and if you hold that down when you're on a horse, yes, you can run. So I came by this fort many hours ago in my game, and there were a bunch of thieves inside, and they kicked my ass. I did kill some of them, but I had to escape. And I'm bent on revenge now. I'm gonna come kill them all, because bandits suck. No one likes bandits.
Bandits. I hate those guys. Shinkyo81 wants to know about the color palette. He says on the stream it looks a bit dull, but I think that's more of a product of the time of day it is.
Yeah. It also depends on where you are in the world. There are some places that are very vibrant. And actually, this isn't so bad. Oh, look, there's a dragon. Please don't come kill me. I think it's far enough away that it won't mess with me. Kind of looks like Smog. And I play Bilbo Baggins style, sneaking around, stealing stuff invisibly. Not so much the Brave Strider style. Yeah, I mean, this area is not too bad looking. It's kind of forested, and once you get away from the gray stone castle and the cliff walls, it's pretty nice. And then you get into snowy areas and swamps, and yeah, there's a lot of variety in the landscape. It's a very nice looking game. It does have kind of like the current gen color palette, but that's not always the case.
And you'll notice as the day grows, as the sun goes higher in the sky, as the day-night cycle progresses, things get brighter and more saturated. But inside caves and dungeons, it's definitely a little bit muted.
Yeah, so
compared to, I don't know if
to
Oblivion was more colorful in caves and dungeons either, but it certainly was more colorful in the overworld.
Yeah, I'll try to stay out of dungeons from now on.
Yeah.
Show you pretty stuff.
Mad Symmetry wants to know, should I tell my girlfriend to break up with me before midnight to save her some frustration?
My wife has not left me after 2 weeks of this, so I think you're okay. Just,
But you have the work excuse.
That's true. So that guy didn't notice that I dropped a bridge.
See,
so
I just introduced.
I'm gonna pop him with an arrow, and he's gonna go down in one hit.
I just introduced my wife to Oblivion
Oh
before
my
this came
God.
out, so that there could be no
That didn't take him down.
No accusations of neglect. So, just for clarification, we're playing right now on the 360, which is the kind of the general copy that Bethesda has been sending to everyone. There is a PC copy out there that I've been playing, and then the PC guys over at IGN across the office have also been playing.
These guys are stronger than I expected. Not like this. Not like this.
Emers wants to know if you have never played the Elder Scrolls game. If I've never played an Elder Scrolls game, will I miss out on the story starting in Skyrim?
Nah. I'm pretty much a novice to the series. I mean, I did a little bit of homework with Morrowind and Oblivion, but I've actually found myself become very interested in the Elder Scrolls, like the overall mythos of it, the lore, just as a result of all the things that are kind of interwoven into this game. I feel like this is actually a really good entry point into the series as a whole. It's very accessible, very playable, and I think I'll have an easier time dealing with Oblivion if I go back and play that now for more than 8 hours. Because I have a better understanding of just how things work. And the mechanics in this game do work differently than in previous games, but there's kind of a commonality to it. Like how Final Fantasy games have their spells and summons and that sort of thing, the consistencies between games. There's a lot of that, too, in the Elder Scrolls games, from what I can tell. So that was a long-winded way of saying, no, it's totally cool if this is your first Elder Scrolls game. We're all in the same boat. Well, I'm in the same boat. Are you in the same boat, Ryan?
I played a fair amount of Oblivion. I never really could get into Morrowind. But in terms of the lore and the story, I have no idea. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory. And you pick up on the major characters in the history pretty early on. It's easy to figure out like who Uriel Septim the Seventh was and who, what the Daedra are. So you'll pick up on the broad strokes really quickly, and if not, there's books that basically explain the history of the world scattered all around the world.
And on top of that, there is a website called the Unofficial Elder Scrolls Wiki. What is it? UESP, something like that. .net. It has pretty much everything you could possibly need to know, and I use that as kind of a resource to catch me up when I was confused about something in this game. Hello. Wait, actually I think that's a named character.
Ooh.
Whoa. How did I miss that guy? It's like a ghost. Oh, yeah, he was a named character, so I probably didn't want to kill him. Oh well. Oh, I killed Christ. He'll come back in 3 days. Oh. Got cocky.
Not quite. Have you ever run out of lockpicks?
No, only in jail. Some fancy-ass armor. I kind of feel like I should reset my game because I have no idea if this was like someone important.
Okay, well we've been.
But that's fine.
Is this
I'm not
your
going
main
to save
save?
any of my This is my main save, but I'm not. It creates multiple saves, so I'm not going to be stuck or anything like that. I'll just go back and revert.
BK Market wants to see a fight in third person, as that's how he intends to play.
Okay.
Yeah, combat is definitely easier in first person, but exploring is more fun
I feel
in
like
third person, I think.
Melee combat is easier in third person, but archery is much easier in first person. But that's just me. What do I know?
Lord Bacon asks, could you kill dragons at level 10 or such, or would avoiding them at earlier levels be better advised? It depends, actually.
Yeah, some dragons are harder than others, and Actually, because dragons are kind of the main quest of the story, they I think they scale pretty diversely. Oh,
Yeah, the scaling works. It's not quite like Oblivion or Fallout. It basically, the way it works is that when you enter a level, an area, the enemies are scaled to your current level and then locked there. So if you come back to that same level, the enemies will be low level.
this is why I don't like archery in third person, because I keep getting in the way of my target. Whoa! I'm getting kind of messed up.
You spend a lot of time like this in your current build, just like waiting
Uh-huh.
for people to come around. Makes for exciting television.
All right. That's the secret of sneaking, is you have to get out of their line of sight, and then you can kill them with your extra strong arrow shots.
How many types of dragons have you seen?
I've seen a couple of named dragons. I've seen fire dragons and what are called blood dragons, which for some reason shoot frost. And those are my bane because dark elves are very weak to frost. And, yeah, I mean, I know there are other kinds, but I have not seen them. But I will. I mean, it's crazy that I've spent so much time in this game, almost 60 hours, and, well, actually more than 60 hours at this point, but, you know, almost 60 hours of saved progress. And I've still seen, I don't know, like a fraction of the game. Definitely enough to say that, hey, it's a really good game and review it, but it's just so immense. It's like an MMO except just for one person.
It's massive. Have you messed around with alchemy that much in your build?
Yeah.
Do we want to show? There are a couple of people asking about the alchemy interface.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the alchemy lab, and when you jump into that, you always want to make sure no one's around, because real time continues around you, and people will come kill you while you're doing this. So there are different ways to do alchemy. If you know the formula for something, and you have the ingredients for it, you can just choose to create that potion by selecting it. But you can also just go to your ingredients and then experiment. So I have a bunch of different things. So for instance, I know wheat can be mixed with, let's see.
And then the effects, like if you
I can mix wheat with a butterfly wing, and both of those have the restore health benefit, and therefore I will create a potion of restore health. Hooray! And my alchemy increases for creating things.
And you have to discover each of these effects by
trial and error. We explained this earlier, but basically each alchemy reagent has 4 different aspects. It has 4 different traits, and by creating potion combinations that work together, you will learn those traits. You can also eat things to discover the first of the 4 traits, or get a perk that lets you discover 2 of them. It feels a little weird to eat a Daedra heart, or worse, a human heart, but you can do it if you want. And the way that creating potions works is that when you have 2 of those traits together, if you have like 2 things that have damage magicka, you'll create a potion that damages an enemy's magicka. It's like a poison you put on your weapon and causes them to lose magic points. So you can experiment and kind of mash things together and you'll find them, or you can go with known formulas. And you can also add a 3rd component if you want, and that can have different benefits. If you put things that have complementary values, then it's really great because you can create a potion that has double effects, like you can restore health and magicka. But you have to be really careful because sometimes potions will have counterproductive effects, like you can restore health, but you can also poison yourself, which is kind of a wash. So you need to kind of be careful when you throw that 3rd component in.
There are lots of damaging potions that I've encountered early in the game. Have you found a use for those? Like, how do you get an enemy to, take a potion of damage?
You don't.
Stamina?
What you do is you put it on your weapon.
Oh, okay.
It's basically a poison. So I'm trying to see if I can make anything work with a Daedra heart. And apparently I can. I created a potion of restore health with a blue mountain flower. So for some reason, a demon's heart restores your health. Of course it does. Why not? But I mean, a lot of alchemy is just kind of going through the list like this. It's not very exciting, but it gets the job done. If you have never combined two things together, and you don't know all of their traits, you will create a potion of unknown effect, which may fail, which may succeed. In this case, it failed, because these things were not compatible. If you know what some things' components are,
That's how you do it. It's in the game.
if you know what the components are, what their traits are, then you'll see what kind of potion you're going to create. Like these two items will create a potion of restore stamina. So okay, that's nice. But I'm always more interested in discovering new properties for things. So I like to put together things that don't have a known effect. Because right now I have like 100 pounds worth of potions in my inventory. I don't really need any more. But you know, when I discover something like this, these two items together create a Ravage Magic poison that I can put on my weapon and attack enemies with. So that's cool. I've learned a little about those items. Now I know their properties because they combined in a way to create a specific potion. But again, that didn't work out.
And so because, again, something like that, this is something that when I play games, usually I'm not interested in doing. I'm not interested in crafting things. But because
nice.
of the way the leveling system works, where anytime I level up any one of my skills, even skills I'm not interested in really progressing, I get experience to my overall level. It kind of gives me an incentive to go in there, collect everything I can, and make everything I can.
Mm-hmm. So here's one of those Nguyen roots. I'm looking to see if I have anything that has an invisibility trait to it. It doesn't look like I do. So alas, I cannot create an invisibility potion. Oh, wait, was that one? Yes, invisibility, Charis egg. So by combining the Nguyen root with a Charis egg, I can create a potion of invisibility that makes me sneak around where no one can see me for 20 seconds, and that's awesome. So I think we need to adjust the video.
The brightness,
is that
yeah.
correct? All right, so while we're doing that, we'll do a quick station break.
You just pause the game instantly.
Oh, I see. So this is something I have to do in the game. I see. Settings.
Yeah, so while he's doing that, again, this is oneup.com's Skyrim marathon in preparation for the release of the game tomorrow. You can check out our review at oneup.com if you want to see. Jeremy, what did you guys end up giving the game?
We both agreed it was very convenient. Scooter and I reviewed the game, and we both gave it an A-.
Oh, very nice.
Like, we really liked the game. I mean, I've spent more time and had more fun with this game than just about any other game this year. It's up there with Deus Ex. But, you know, it does have some flaws. The melee combat is pretty basic. There's no enemy AI to speak of. They just run at you. You know, it's kind of glitchy. I wish there were more role-playing in terms of, like, when you encounter bandits in the wilderness and that sort of thing. Like, there are a lot of enemies that just attack you on sight. And I feel like, you know, this game is so steeped in D&D tradition that you should be able to talk your way out of encounters with any kind of intelligent enemy. Or at least, you know, to have the option.
And so you're lockpicking right now. There's a
Right.
question.
This is a top level, like, this is a master lock.
Yeah.
It's the most difficult kind of level.
We've got a question from Lord Bacon, and he asks, can you do the classic trick of backing out right before the lockpick breaks to go back with the same amount of lockpicks?
Oh, no.
No, what you can't do. So I've had I noticed this last night when I was playing, where I tried to break a lock and the lock broke on the first fail. Whereas in Fallout, if you failed once or twice, you could back out and then restart, and that your first lockpick would have all 3 attempts back on it again. Doesn't work like that.
Man.
If you back out, you know, your first lockpick still only has 1 attempt on it.
Right.
So it's really easy to burn through these.
Fortunately, I have a whole bunch. They're very cheap at this point in the game, and I have a lot of money.
All right, so it's getting closer to
go.
9 in the morning, so more people are coming. We've been doing this since 7 o'clock.
Yes, I need more coffee.
All right, we've been 2 hours now.
I'm not sure why I used up all those lockpicks to get into this chamber, because it's kind of worthless. It's just a prison cell.
You got a wooden
Oh.
plate. That was a very
Oh, and
expensive
ragged
wooden
robes.
plate.
Really? So yeah, there's no real value to this. Maybe this is somewhere like in a quest where someone might be locked up. But yeah, that's what happens when you just kind of go out on your own and explore stuff with no mission in sight, no quest. You sometimes find things that don't really matter. What is this? Lower balcony. Oh, and I guess I have the key to it.
Right. Yeah, we've got a lot of questions asking about the PS3 version of the game, which we
Yeah, we can't speak to that yet
Can't speak
because
to
we
that.
haven't seen that version of the game. So unfortunately, your guess is as good as ours.
Bethesda sent Xbox copies and a smaller number of PC Steam codes, and that's all we've played so far. If it's like previous Bethesda games have always been better on the Xbox, but I imagine far better parity on this after
Right.
Fallout.
Yeah, I mean, the market is kind of maturing a little bit, and the Xbox technical superiority that you usually saw in games, I think, has faded as people have become more comfortable with PS3, and if people have invested more into their PS3 development. The problem originally was that the PS3 was kind of a slow starter, and it was a year later to launch than the Xbox 360, and also it kind of took a while to catch on because it was so expensive at launch. So people, I don't think, invested in the PS3 as their primary platform, but I think as it's become more popular, and I think as Sony has petitioned people to, here's some money, be nice to us, you see more quality productions on PS3,
there's a time.
quality ports.
There's a time in this generation has gotten to a point where developers
I
are
think my game
comfortable.
crashed.
Yeah, all right. So this
All
is
right,
a
well,
game bug.
congratulations, you have seen the Elder Scrolls experience.
So we're gonna have to do a reboot on the Xbox, but we'll keep the stream going.
Yeah, we have to do a hard reset. There we go.
Oh no,
Wait.
looks like it's loading up.
Oh, that was weird. Okay. Well, I guess I unkilled it. That's nice. Goodbye.
And he's got the arrow sticking out of his eye.
Her.
Her
Oh.
eye. No, that's the her. That was a he.
No. I like that she's stopped to... I just used a dragon shout. Ah, crap. Okay, I'm really terrible at melee combat, but now I can show you the rod. Wait, crap. Oh man, I'm in trouble. Better go. All right, so that was not my finest moment. Whoa, what's going?
She ran through. She just ran. She saw you going.
Yeah.
So this isn't Resident Evil. You can't just walk through a door.
Sometimes you can, but what happens is there's this pause when you're at the door, and sometimes enemies will hit you after it's registered that you're opening the door, but before you actually go through. And you will come into a loop where you'll just die repeatedly, although that didn't happen to me this time, which is nice.
We're getting tons of questions about werewolves. Have you encountered werewolves?
I have encountered werewolves. I know where werewolves are located, but I have not become a werewolf. Okay, you're right. That was a dude. Oh yeah, I've invested in a perk for archery that often staggers enemies.
Which comes in quite in handy.
All right, now I can leave and not die, because I'm not like low on health.
So in terms of weapon variety, they tend to come in pretty. There's not a whole lot really. You have bows, you have magic, and then you have maces, swords,
daggers, maces, long swords, two-handed broadswords, single-handed axes, two-handed axes. Did we say staves? I don't think we did. And then, although staves you don't want to attack with, they have like magical effects. And then I think there are katanas too. Anyway, I think this fortress is still beyond my capacity to destroy.
Yeah, at this point, there's
guys
there's
suck.
the dragon floating overhead. If you want to go after that.
No, I think that's a frost dragon. That dragon glitched out my game, actually. It came down when I was in the middle of dialogue for a quest.
Oh
damn
shit!
it.
So now, what's the difference between named and unnamed dragons?
Named dragons, I think, are like for the story. So this is a chance for me to make use of what do you call it? My staff. All right, dude, fight the dragon for me. Wait, where is the dragon?
It's flying overhead somewhere. There it is.
All right, so frost dragon. That means it's super deadly to my dark elf. So I put on the Dwarven boots of dwindling frost. It's better than a hat and wizard robe. All right. Yeah. I don't know if it's actually interested in fighting me, but it looks like there was a bandit nearby that was distracting it, so that was good. Come on, dude. What are you doing?
It seems to have landed over there. Must have found someone else to take on.
Yeah, the cool thing about dragons is that everyone hates them. That includes enemies, that includes animals. Anytime a dragon shows up, like basically everything that is around stops to fight it.
It's a tough life for a dragon.
Now it's coming after me, which is not so good because I don't deal well with frost again.
Yeah, and if you don't have ranged attacks, dragons are really hard to take down.
So I'm going to use my demon companion to... Wait, where is my demon companion? Damn it. I haven't used this staff a lot, so... There we go. So I'm still kind of getting the hang of it. All right. Okay, I see the dragon. It's pretty far away. There it is.
So even with, I mean,
Man,
fighting
it's not
something
really interested in fighting me, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You know, screw it. I'm just going to head on to the next destination. I can't get it up in the mountains.
But the dramatic music will continue
It will, until the dragon gets tired.
as brave Sir Robin runs merrily away.
Yeah, I don't see it on the... Oh, no, it's still on the minimap. All right, the music's faded, so I'm going to go back into stealth mode. And hopefully that means I'm safe.
Philippe, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Gatine, Philippe Gatine asks, is item management still a problem for characters with less strength?
Yes.
Yeah, that can be
Welcome
real
to an
tough.
RPG. Any kind of RPG that has inventory limitations, you're always going to come into problems like that.
Yeah, and I have to say that the inventory management is a bigger problem in this game than it was in a game like Fallout, because Fallout had the repair system where the durability of your equipment wore down, so when you came across duplicate equipment, you could just cannibalize that to repair your damaged equipment, and that was the way you kept inventory down to a reasonable level. I mean,
in my case, it doesn't help that I'm just hoarding crap. I mean, look at all these potions I have. What am I going to do with all these potions? I don't know, but I'm keeping them around because maybe someday I'll need them. But seriously, each potion is half a pound, so I'm carrying like 100 pounds, no, more than that, of potions. Like, that's stupid. I'm stupid. I should stop doing that. There's a rabbit. I could kill the rabbit. Oh, there's a bear that killed the rabbit. Oh, no, what are you doing, asshole? Okay, actually, I have a power that I haven't had a chance to use yet. But this is a dragon shout called Kind's Peace. And supposedly, it will let me tame animals, like calm them down. So that'll give me time to summon my demon pal. And he's going to kill the bear for me.
So you're using magic quite... Oh, the bear's not even aggro anymore.
Yeah, the bear's just going away. Of course, eventually it's going to be aggro again. So that's why I shoot it. Actually, I guess I didn't even need the demon, but I'll let him have the kill. I'm nice that way. Oh, come on, what are you doing,
He's certainly
dude?
taking his time.
Ah, it took you long enough. Criminy. Yeah, whatever. I could have killed it way faster than you, dude.
How have the loading times been for you playing on the Xbox?
They're not great, but I've seen worse.
Yeah, I have to say that the
Ridge Racer 5 on PS2, that was worse.
Yeah, the consoles seem about load times seem to be on par with Fallout. PC load times are way faster, just because of the nature of the hardware.
Yeah, and you know, I do have the game loaded to HDD, which has helped mitigate the load time somewhat, but you know, there's also supposedly the glitch that causes your textures to screw up.
Yeah, and we haven't had a chance to try the PS3 version, which should theoretically have better load times because they can do an install to the hard drive
Right.
in a way that the Xbox can't. It's not just copying a disk image on the PS3.
Yep. So while I'm traveling, I think it's time for another station break. You are watching OneUp.com's live stream of The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, where we are killing spiders for your pleasure. And I am Jeremy Parish. With me here is, Ryan Winterhalter.
Hello, hello.
And yeah, we've been playing for the past 2.5 hours. We're going to be playing for another, I don't know, 4.
4 or so more. And then IGN has their live stream, so it's a day full of Skyrim for you guys.
And then tomorrow you can buy the game and you can spend all day playing it yourself. And we promise that you will not have the exact same experience as us because, well, right now we're pretty far into the game. We're avoiding the spoiler type story stuff, just kind of cruising around Skyrim because, you know, there's 16 square miles of territory to cover and lots of monsters to fight. So that's cool. And we also have some contests going while you're watching this.
A couple of contests going. We have the first contest is on Facebook where we're giving away a limited edition of Skyrim as well as a leather-bound Skyrim journal. You can head over to facebook.com/oneup to check out the details on that. Our second contest we have going is where we're going to be giving away 2 copies of the game to the people who ask us the best questions on Twitter. So you can send those to @oneup and use the hashtag Skyrim and ask a question. We've had a few good ones so far. I know I have my favorites. So get in on that. These contests are only open to residents of the United States who are over the age of 18. Sorry to our juvenile and international listeners.
And especially to juvenile international. Hey, so at this point in the game, I have chosen sides in the Civil War, and apparently this fort is controlled by the people whose side I'm not on, and they don't like me very much.
So did you choose the Imperials or Stormcloaks?
Yeah, the Stormcloaks are jackasses, and I don't like them, so I went with the Imperials. I want to crush the Stormcloaks beneath the jackbooted heel of the Empire.
So I have to say, I am sympathetic to the Stormcloaks, because when the game opens, it's the Imperials trying to kill you.
Yeah, but the king is I don't know why your character got in trouble. Mine got in trouble, I'm going to assume, because she was stealing everything. So, you know, it's kind of just desserts. But you can make nice with the Empire. They're not so bad. Oomph. And, yeah, basically the guy who runs the Stormcloaks, kind of an ass. I don't like him very much. So I'm okay with, you know, seeing him brought to heel.
Yeah, I haven't run into him. He was bound and gagged the one time I ran into him at the beginning of the game. So
well, I totally missed my custom destination. I'm not very good at just exploring this game. I end up going all kinds of places that I don't need to go.
And so the clouds cover areas you really haven't explored. So when you load up the map for the first time in this game, it seems really big, but then as you explore towards the edges of the world, you find out it's even bigger.
It's actually much bigger than you realized. This game is kind of crazy.
So they say it's 16 square miles, which is like 40-something kilometers.
Yep.
Which is about the size of Oblivion's and apparently a hair's breadth bigger than the Fallout games.
I don't know the exact size of the real estate of the
But
Fallout
nowhere
games.
near Daggerfall levels.
All right, so I still haven't been down here, so I'm going to set a marker and probably not end up there either. But obviously nothing good is going to come of me hanging out at the Stormcloak fort. The only way to take on a fort full of rebels is to have a legion behind you. And I don't at the moment. And I don't think my demon dude's going to be much help. So let's travel some more. Skyrimmers, uh-oh. That sounds bad.
Yeah, when we started the stream, we were the only ones in the office, and people are now starting to filter in for the day. So you'll be hearing them in the background, presumably.
So, you know, when you're not being attacked by bears and dragons or having cranky rebels talk to you, this game is really pretty. I mean, just like look at the vistas. Vistas, however you pronounce that. There's those great mountains in the back. And, you know, there's definitely some draw distance, especially if you zoom out the camera. You can watch grass and stuff pop in, which isn't, you know, glorious. But I'm sure that's not a problem with the PC version so much. It's more of a console issue.
There's a little bit of pop-in on the PC version, but not the same amount. But that's just a limitation of the hardware. Like any
Yeah.
game this size on a current console is going to look like this. These consoles are really being pushed to their limit at the moment. Oh, here's a good question.
Sure.
Blind Trombonist wants to know, or no, I'm sorry, Quicks and Buddy wants to know how long would it take to run from one side of the map to the other, and you nearly did that in a pre-alpha build.
Well, you know, it's hard to give an exact number on that because there are differences in terrain, and you never know what's going to attack you. But I would guess that if you just like made a beeline from the east side of the map and tried to see how long it took you to get all the way west, I bet that's at least an hour of just pure running. It's a really big game. I mean, most of my time I think has just been spent traveling around looking for places. You can see on my map that I've just located all kinds of things. There's all kinds of markings. Yeah, look at that. It's stuff everywhere, and I haven't even found like half of what's in the game. I also haven't killed that many dragons, so the one that's hanging out in the distance there, I'm going to avoid. And you can, you know, when you're out exploring, you can kind of get a sense of what's nearby based on the compass indicators at the top. If you look, you know, I'm facing north, and slightly northeast, there's a mine or a cave of some sort. To the west, it looks like that's I don't know, some kind of human building, a boathouse maybe, an inn. I don't know. That right there is a giant live there. Yeah, you can see them right there.
And we took those on earlier, and they killed you in one hit.
Right.
But this is a different game.
This is a different game.
Different character who theoretically could take on a giant.
Theoretically, probably not two though. But yeah, giants are pretty chill. They'll get ticked off at you if you get too close. But you know, if you walk in front of them, they're not going to attack you unless you pester them or if you harass their mammoths. They herd mammoths like cattle. So they don't like it when you mess with their cattle.
Yeah, we were talking in the office the other day. The reason for the PC version is the inevitable mammoth riding mod.
Oh man, that sounds like a great idea. So that guy sees me. Now I've ducked out of his line of sight.
So,
but he wasn't going aggro on me. He was just kind of like, whatever.
In our playthrough in the past 2.5 hours, we've had one crash. Is that pretty typical? Have you had?
No,
any
it wasn't
other?
a crash. Remember, it ended up not crashing.
Oh, it ended up not crashing.
So, and no, I haven't really had that many crashes. I'm stealthy enough that this fox did not realize that I snuck up right behind it.
Take its pelt.
Well,
turn it into a
It's
coat.
wasteful just to kill and not do anything. You have to, you have to harvest the animal.
The wise adventurer
otherwise
uses
you've
all
wasted
parts of
its
the
life.
fox.
Exactly. You
So,
just learn from the Native American.
Dragon versus giant in a fight. Who's gonna win?
Probably the giant. Although the dragon does have range and can stay away from the giant, but giants go aggro when they see dragons, and they put up a good fight. So I don't know what this is. Some kind of sawmill, lumber mill.
Looks that way. One person wants to know about mud crabs. We've seen a few mud crabs.
There's mud crabs. We haven't seen any in this playthrough, but they're out there, and they kind of lurk on the edges of water and appear out of the ground when you come close, and if you get too close, then they attack. But they're pretty passive. Usually, when you're walking around at the water's edge and something shows up as detected, it's because there's a mud crab that sees you. They have a really good line of sight and can see you even if you're stealthy. But again, they don't really go after you unless you get too close.
And then there's swimming, and there's the one character race that you can pick that allows you to breathe underwater.
The Argonians. That was Scooter's build, so we'll see some of that once he gets into the office. He should be here within the hour. And yeah, he picked a melee fighting, super aggressive. Whoa! What the hell? Was that a mud crab? Oh yeah, there we go. Speak of the devil.
Vicious crab. Dragon shot for massive damage.
No, it made it peaceful, so then I could kill it. That's what you get for messing with Lady Gigi. There's another one. I'm just gonna, yeah. That one dude attacked me, so now I'm gonna wipe your kind out. Goodbye. I don't feel bad about killing them and not harvesting their goods, because what good is Mudcrab chitin? Yeah, anyway, I was saying Scooter built like super melee fighting Argonian, and his approach is just like walk around and kill everything, whereas my approach is sneak around and try to avoid being spotted if possible, run from fights when necessary. That does not hold for Scooter. So when he gets in, it'll be a completely different take. And here is a hut, and it looks like there's a bear sleeping inside.
So how long is the cooldown for a dragon shout? Probably.
They're different lengths. Some of them are like 15 seconds. Some of them are much longer. And the way dragon shouts work is that each shout has up to 3 different levels. And as you unlock additional levels, your shouts become more powerful. But that also means that they have a longer cooldown time. So I think right now the cooldown time on Kind's Peace, which is what I'm using, is... well, let's find out what it is. The cooldown time is probably like 20 seconds. 40 seconds, okay. But as I add more levels to that, unlock more words for Kind's Peace, it will become more expensive, depending on how long I hold down the button. So for instance, the Unrelenting Force I have maxed out. So you can see the recharge time is 15, 20, and 45 seconds. So it depends on the power of the Unrelenting Force I use. So, yeah, Unrelenting Force is the first dragon shout you get. Oh, did my computer go to sleep for you?
Yeah.
Did it run out of juice?
I think it ran out of juice.
Yeah.
Because clicking the mouse isn't waking it up.
Yeah, go ahead and just close the lid on it then.
All right.
So yeah, let me, I don't really have anyone to show Unrelenting Force against. Let me see if I can find a mud crab. Mud crab! But basically, oh, I'll use it on the fox and see what happens. Be very, very quiet. We're dragon shouting foxes. Right, full scale.
So what level?
And it doesn't hurt the fox, but it sure freaked the hell out of him.
It's so pitiful the way it flounders around in the water.
And that's why this game is awesome.
See, if I was... All right, so you snuck up on that fox. What level is it sneak at?
Sneak? My sneak is like 86 or something. My sneak is like crazy. Oh, I have perks. How about that? But I'm waiting for my sneak to max out. Yeah, 88. So the max is 100. And since I sneak around so much, I'll get there before too long. Plus, something I showed at the beginning of the live stream that most people probably didn't see is at the very beginning of the game, if you go the right path, basically if you take the most direct path from the beginning of the game to your first objective, you'll find these things called Guardian Stones. And you can choose either the Mage, Warrior, or Thief Stone. And what those do is those give, if you like choose to assign yourself to one of them, you can only have one at a time. Those will give your requisite or corresponding skills that you use a 20% experience boost. So I'm learning, I chose the Thief Stone, and things like stealth and pickpocketing and lockpicking all grow at a 20% faster rate. So you know, it makes my stealth that much more effective because I'm leveling up more quickly. And again, station break time. We are oneup.com. I'm Jeremy Parish with Ryan Winterhalter.
Hello, hello.
And we're showing off Skyrim for like 5 or 6 hours. And
It's a pretty good game. Our review is up.
We're
on
like
the site.
halfway through this already. I can't believe we've been playing this long. But this game, I don't know, time just kind of slips away. You get out and explore, and starts snowing. How about that? And yeah, suddenly like your day is gone because you've just poured 12 hours into Skyrim. Our review went up today. You can check that out on oneup.com. It was an A- out of an A+. Great game with some flaws, kind of simplistic combat, bad enemy AI, a little janky in places with the melee combat and the glitches, but still a lot of fun, very engrossing, tons of stuff to do. Like, I fully anticipate spending like 200 hours with this game by the time it's all said and done. And I reviewed that with Thierry Nguyen, who will be joining us and taking over for me in about half an hour to an hour. The two of us played very different styles of game, of Skyrim, and both saw very different parts of the game, different aspects of the game. So I feel like we've kind of got a good sense of what the whole, the sum of the Skyrim experience is between the two of us.
Yeah, so you took on the sneaking bow character like this, whereas Terry, I think honey badger is the word we've been using around the office
Yes,
to
that
describe.
is the word.
Kill everything, attack everything with massive weapons and brute strength.
And yeah, my archery level is really high, and for some reason I can't shoot that woman. I guess I'm getting snagged on some invisible geometry. But I have the ability to, for my character to hold her breath and zoom in when aiming an arrow, and also to slow time. And there's also a dragon shout that lets you slow time, so I can make things crawl like molasses if I really want to. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go shout that lady. I'm going to see how far I can make her fly.
Knock her back into the river.
Yeah, I'll sneak up on her.
So it's really quiet in this area. There's not a whole lot of background music. But so far, what do you think of the music so far? We've got a few people asking about that.
Oh, the music's wonderful. There's a 4-CD soundtrack coming out. It's composed by Jeremy Soule, and I have pre-ordered that. It's really great music. This woman is, she brought a knife to a gunfight because I'm a dark elf and she uses fire, and dark elves have a strong resistance to fire, so that was kind of pointless. And I've looted her corpse, although I'm leaving her clothes on because I'm nice. I have no idea what this fortress is or why I'm here, so I'm going to take off because I don't really have any business here. But if you've been watching for a little while, you've seen the climate change as I travel. Like as I move further north, it's become snowier. As I moved up into the hills, it's become snowier. You can see over here to the south and kind of the lowlands, it's snow dappled, I guess you could call it. You know, there are patches of snow, kind of like the edge of winter, swampland and that sort of thing. But then you look to the north and everything is much more snowy. I mean, realistically, that's not how weather works. That's not how, how the world is always going to look. But you don't really notice that when you're traveling. It feels like you're really making progress and traveling through this cold and wintry land. It's basically J.R.R. Tolkien's Norway.
Yeah, they really sold that's part of why the color palette is a little bit more muted than Oblivion, is them selling the idea that this is a very cold place.
Yeah, like Morrowind had very vivid colors, but it was supposed to be like a warm, kind of temperate land of fantasy elves. Whereas this is basically like, it's Benelux, basically, Sweden or something. Very, very cold, very icy. People have the Nord accents, very Germanic and Teutonic. I don't know, there's like this distinct culture to the land. They talk about their traditions. Their traditions are at odds with those of the empire that currently rules the land. That's kind of the crux of one of the side plots. Or actually not even a side plot, one of the main story conventions. So where have I ended up? I am at Windhelm, and that's where the leader of the rebel army is stationed. So if I go in here, they're going to kill me.
Well, actually, if you head back into your map a second, Windhelm, when you start the game, is at the far northeast of the map. That's the furthest extent. So and the world looks pretty big when you first start, but then...
Yeah, but there's still more stuff out here. Once you get up here, you realize, oh, there's all these, what are those, archipelagos?
Archipelagos, yeah.
And there's a boat that someone told me about that I can go check out. I don't know how far north this goes. I mean, eventually you get to the point where there's just ocean, but it looks like I see some islands up there. Like I honestly have no idea what the full extent of this land is. And the map that you see at the beginning of the game, like Ryan said, it's not really truthful. There's much more to the world of Skyrim than what you originally see. It's nuts. I can't believe how big this game is. I know that, there have been bigger Elder Scrolls games, but I think Daggerfall is kind of the famous one, which was mostly procedurally generated and a lot of repetitive content, a lot of copy and paste stuff. Like this world feels like it's designed from one end to the other. It feels like a lot of thought was put into how the geography works together and just how one area flows into the next. There are working roads and there are interesting structures all around. yeah, I don't know. It's fun to explore. If you're the kind of person who likes to explore video games like I am, uh, half the fun of this game is just seeing what's out there and seeing how far you can go. And of course, then there are the quests and everything, and you'll find most of the places in the course of the game, but there are major cities that you never actually visit in the course of the main quest. You just have to go out and do them on your own. And once you finish the main quest, the game keeps going. It's not like Fallout 3 where suddenly, oh, it's over. You can keep, you can keep exploring as long as you want. You know what I don't like? I don't like walruses. They eat penguins, and that's not cool.
Whoa, that is... I haven't seen walruses yet. That's awesome.
Well, technically, they're horkers.
It's really a weird-looking animal.
Kind of looks like Wilford Brimley, huh?
Does. He's very walrus-like, without the tusks.
If you live in the north, you can't have diabetes.
Your foot would fall off. You wouldn't know it's cold. Nerve damage.
We shouldn't make fun of diabetes, though. It's actually very unfortunate. I was just making fun of Wilford Brimley because we love the guy. He's been like 80 years old for the past 30 years. It's amazing.
Like, I remember something I watched when I was like 3 years old that had a Wilford
It was,
Brimley, and he
was-
looks the same, exactly the same.
Yeah, it was
today.
that Star Wars made-for-TV movie, The Battle for Endor or whatever. That was like 1986 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 25 years, and he looks... Oops. I picked up a tusk, and now I have too much in my possession to run. That's very silly. So I'm going to drop some horker meat. Now I can run again. So I have covered a dead horker in its own body parts. That's awesome. Fillet of you.
So you're pushing up north. Like, I want to know what it looks like when you get up to those islands. That
Right.
sounds really cool. The idea of it being very cold and aquatic. I don't think there are many games where I've seen an environment like that.
Besides Metal Gear Solid?
Besides Metal Gear Solid, which had the whole Alaska thing going
Right.
for it.
And the archipelago thing. Oh, what?
But even that was all in a military base.
Hey, I made you peaceful, dude. I guess then I punched him. That was my own fault.
Mad Symmetry wants to know, do clothes and armor get affected by snow and water?
No. When you step into the water and come out, you don't drip or anything. I mean, there are some details that could stand to be a little more realistic, I guess. Oh, one hit and he's down.
One guy says he only has the 4 gigabyte 360, and he wants to know how much space on the hard drive this uses.
It's 3.8 gigs, so clear off everything else you own.
Yeah, I mean, you could play off disk.
Yeah, you
I
can play
guess.
off disk, and apparently there's a bug that affects the texture loading if you do the HDD install. I don't know if that's true or not, but the difference in load times is not that appreciable. So if you're concerned about space, this game is totally viable, you know, if you want to play it off just the disk.
What sort of cosmetic options are available when making the game? Beards, tattoos, body proportions?
Yes, all of that. There are a lot of details for your character. You can really... beyond the race, I mean, the character creation process is extremely detailed. We could spend like half an hour just making a character. In fact, I did. But, you know, I'm trying to show more of the game. I think that's kind of one of those things that it's not that different from game to game.
Yeah, it's a pretty robust character creation system. I mean, there are more in-depth and detailed ones out there, but it's pretty good. It's more than Mass Effect, not quite as much as Saints Row.
Yeah, and you can't really see, but the character I've created is not ugly. Hey, there's a dude over there. I wonder who that dude is.
Yeah, the characters in this game are not horrendous beasts from the Uncanny Valley, like Oblivion. And the camera doesn't do that zoom in on their dead zombie eyes in the same way.
Yeah, the only zoom is happening because I choose for it to. Oh, I see. When you talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you played third person. When you talk to people, you kind of stay in the third person view.
Hello there, fellow travelers. One itinerant minstrel and wandering wastrel at your service.
Want a song? Why not Zoidberg?
For a generous fellow traveler. But of course, what would you like to hear?
So you can pay a guy to sing a song for
This
you
is
in the middle of the
blessing.
icy wilderness. So, yeah.
This one's a favorite of mine. A legend
He even does
we
a
all
dedication.
know and love. Our hero claims a warrior's heart. I tell you.
Yeah, he's singing about me.
Dragonborn comes.
That's awesome.
So, and one thing I've noticed about the voice actors in this game, like other, if you've played other Bethesda games, you will recognize the voices, and they will repeat in the same way.
Right.
It's not to such an extent that it's distracting, and the important characters have distinct voices, but there are a lot of minor characters that, like this guy, voiced.
Yeah, this dude's voice is all over the place. I'm trying to get a good view of my character's face, but I don't think the light in this area is good enough. But you can see that she's not like totally grotesque looking like most previous Elder Scrolls characters, so that's nice. Hello, I need to back out of the map. Whoa. All right, I think we've seen enough of his song. It's very nice, thank you.
And the weather isn't variable at all. Like, if it's snowing in this area, every time you come to this area, it will be snowing.
Yeah,
and the snow
that's
cover
the
will
impression
be-
I get. Like, there are towns that are always raining, towns that are always snowy, towns that are always sunny, misty, whatever. All right, let's keep on forging north. See what there is out there. Maybe Geddy Lee singing about the Great White North.
There's a couple of questions we have about the enemy level scaling.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's a pretty complicated subject. I can show you what happens when you try to shoot a polar bear. It may involve me dying, though.
Yeah, there are enemies that are difficult to take down. I mean, they will scale, but they're difficult to take down. And the other thing is that when you first enter an area, the enemies will be scaled to your level, but then they're locked at that level they scaled to. So if you come back after you've leveled up a couple of times, you should, in theory, be able to like take them down.
Right, that's what I was
pretty
trying
quickly.
to do with the fortress earlier, but those guys are still tough. But yeah, as you explore more of the game, it starts to spawn more difficult enemies, like monsters in the overworld. Those are not... whoa, I have too much stuff. Those, like the enemy, the monsters don't scale in difficulty. They basically are set levels, but you know, more difficult ones appear. So, like a snow bear is more powerful than a cave bear, which is more powerful than a bear, which is more powerful than a wolf, and an ice wolf is more powerful than a standard wolf. So, you know, there's kind of this this tiered system.
One sociopath is asking us, can you carry bodies? I want to stuff bodies of citizens into a house for my scumbag murderer characters. We discovered that, yes, you can, in fact, carry bodies today.
I think this guy's too strong or too heavy.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the polar bear's too heavy, but we did discover... We didn't know that when we started the stream. We just sort of picked up upon it by accident.
And if you're just joining us, this stream is OneUp.com's live stream of The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. I'm Jeremy Parish, and I'm with Ryan Winterhalter, and we're playing the game for hours and hours today. Our review has just gone up, and the game comes out tomorrow, so you know, until you can pick up the game and play it for yourself, you can check out our playthrough and watch us run around and basically not advance the story at all.
Yeah.
Pretty
Right.
much, I'm just depleting the wilderness of rare animals.
Yeah, and right now, Jeremy is playing sort of a stealth-oriented bow character. Later on, we'll have Terry Nguyen, who will step in with his super aggro warrior character.
Jason Dragonborn. It's a pun. I thought of it. And also, we have contests running as we are doing our live stream, and we'll be picking some winners at the end of the day. So, Ryan, why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so we've got two sets of contests going on. Over on Facebook, which you can reach at facebook.com/oneup, we're giving away a leather-bound Skyrim journal, as well as a copy of the collector's edition of the game.
I like how you make this the collector's edition, like the $150 game, like the secondary item there.
No, it's
Oh
the
yeah,
journal.
also you can have like this incredibly expensive fancy. But yeah, the journal is kind of cool because it's something that I don't think is being given out to the public. It's something Bethesda gave me when I did a demo of the game. And they gave out something very similar for Oblivion. I'm breaking up my set and giving out my Skyrim journal because I love you, the viewers and readers of OneUp.com.
Yeah, and so the next set of contests we have is on Twitter. We're taking questions via Twitter. They're coming in pretty hard and fast right now, so we won't be able to answer all of them. We're answering as many of them as we can. And we're going to pick our 2 favorite questions when this is all said and done, and give those people who ask those questions copies of the game. Unfortunately, this contest is only open to United States residents who are over the age of 18, so apologies to international listeners. I know what a pain that can be.
So here's an abandoned boat that's like lodged in the ice, and you can also see one of my thief sneaking perks. These are bear traps, and if you step on them, they activate. But wait, I have the perk that doesn't set off pressure traps, so I can walk over bear traps with no problem. But if someone's chasing me, I can lead them over this bear trap, and it will close on them if they step on it, and they will be damaged. So it's a pretty cool little perk that actually comes in a lot more handy than you might expect. There are a lot of traps in the dungeons, and a lot of the bandit camps have things like bear traps that are set to go off if you step on them. And if you have the perks, you don't get hurt. And there's like dudes living on this boat.
Trench Lungs on Twitter wants to know, does cold factor play a factor? Will your health decrease if you aren't properly geared up?
No, that's not. I can walk around in my underwear, and it's no problem. I can jump into the icy water, climb out in my underwear, and she's totally fine. Although, actually, supposedly, when you fall into the icy water, you're supposed to take off your clothes because the clothes stay wet and it gives you hypothermia. So that's a little wilderness survival for you right there, folks. Anyway, let's see what this bandit is. I've never had a bandit who just wants to talk before. This guy's just chilling out on a crashed boat. Usually when you get close to a bandit, they attack you. Like those guys over there, they're in kind of their wary defensive position. If I get too close, they'll come attack me. But this guy is just like, eh.
Yes.
Oh, wait, what was that? Okay, that was weird. He wasn't aggro, and then I talked to him, and then he was. So I guess he's not very social.
He just didn't like your face?
So hey, why don't you come step on a bear trap for me, buddy? Come on.
I don't think he's going to be able to hop over the bow.
Come on. Oh, speaking of bow. You don't want to go up against me.
You know, it's weird to see you be doing this sizable damage with a bow, because right now with my archery skill low, like I use a bow every now and then, but it's a pea shooter. It does nothing. But you're taking out significant chunks of health here.
Yeah, assuming I'm not getting hung up on the level geometry. Yeah, my archery skills are high level. Not only do I have damage perks, I also have the ability to zoom in, to slow time, to inflict critical damage, and sometimes to stun characters. So I'm a force to be reckoned with unless you get up close, in which case I turn tail and run. But yeah, I think there's been a complaint that in previous Elder Scrolls games, what is all this crap I'm carrying? Too much. In previous Elder Scrolls games, archery was kind of worthless. That is not the case here. If you invest in archery, you can be kind of awesome. But it does help to invest in stealth, because shooting people from a long distance is very, very useful. Oh, I accidentally stripped her naked. That's why I was suddenly too heavy. That was not my intention.
Yeah, and what's your weight limit right now? You're at carry weight.
I'm really close. 377 out of 380.
Yeah, and it's super easy to get overweight.
I'm being very irresponsible with what I'm carrying. Fortunately, arrows and gold do not count against your weight limits, because then I'd be in real trouble.
And this is how many hours into the game?
Oh, we're at like, I don't know, probably 58, 59.
And your current level is about
29.
29, and the cap is 50. So, what, you probably max that out by hour 100 if you're lucky?
Is that a bandit? I don't think that is. Can't tell what's going on there. Oh, no, I think it's an orc bandit. Oh, it's the chief. Hi, chief. Good thing I didn't wake him up. Oh, that was lame.
How long did it take to get your archery skill to a point where you could actually, where it was doing damage?
Once I started focusing just on archery and kind of learned the tricks, it didn't take too long. Once you invest in some of the perks for it, it becomes really effective. The turning point for me was when I discovered I could get a perk that would let me zoom in as I targeted, and all of a sudden archery became amazing. Well, that was easy enough. Didn't even need to shout at him. Extreme blocking. It's like the 90s version of blocking. I can't take all this stuff. I've got too much crap on me, but it'll still be there when I come back later.
BGIF1010 wants to know, he says, I think I speak for a lot of gamers when I ask, what is the most gorgeous scene environment in the game that you've encountered so far?
I think the thing that I've really been most impressed by wasn't necessarily something that was designed, but there's a really, really high mountain that you have to climb in the course of the story, and as you are climbing the mountain path up, which goes a long, long way, as you start climbing up, you can just look out over the landscape, and you see so much of the game world. It's really, like, to me, that was really just impressive and kind of inspiring. Like, it really felt, kind of like I was there. It reminds me of when I was a kid and I used to go to summer camp. Like, this whole game is kind of like just you're exploring out in the wilderness, except it's not really the wilderness because you always know there's something nearby. Oh, so there's like a dead lady. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I don't know. There have been some pretty nice places, but I haven't seen anything that's just, like totally stunning or a knockout. But just the scope of everything to me is really impressive.
All right. So are you about ready to switch off, or do we?
I don't know. Scooter here?
Yeah, Scooter's here. I'm gonna
Okay.
hop off for a second, go coordinate that.
All right. Yeah. I guess I'll be taking off to let Thierry and Nguyen take over pretty soon.
All right. So I'll be back in a second.
Okay. Oh, there's like people here. I've been so engrossed in this game. Whoa. So anyway, I'm picking a lock right now. I think we explained how lock picking works earlier, but in case you missed that, basically you have the lock pick, which you rotate and move around to find a proper position with the left stick, and then you have a knife that you use to jar and jimmy the lock open, which you control with the right stick. And the more difficult the lock is to pick, the less likely, the less give there is. You kind of manipulate the lockpick around until you find the proper give, and when you feel resistance, it's likely to break the lock. So you have to kind of be careful for that. Anyway, there's stuff in here. I'm going to take it, and then I'm going to go. Oh, and a book too. This will probably increase my lockpicking skill. Yep. So that's nice. My lockpicking skill is at 75. So as you can see, I pretty much just pick locks whenever I see them, just for the heck of it, because there's no reason not to. You can get a perk called Quick Hands, and that perk will cause it so that anytime you pick a lock, even if you're in the line of sight of someone else, they won't notice. It will be completely stealthy to them. Like a guard can be standing right next to you, and they won't know that you've picked a lock. So that once you get that, you can basically pick any lock with impunity, and that levels up your lock picking ability really fast. And that it kind of builds on itself. So that's a really good one to get. Lockpicking is a great way to level up because there are some places, like there's a museum where all the store cases are locked with really, really high level locks. And if you bring a bunch of lockpicks, you can level up your lockpicking skill like 10 levels. And that in turn will basically give your character a full level up. It's kind of, find little exploits like this. It's pretty crazy. You just have to kind of know where to look for stuff.
Yeah, I had a question here. Actually, guy just like 45 seconds ago just about asked about it. Yeah, he says, is it like Fallout 3? And yeah, it's exactly like Fallout 3.
Oh, there we go. There's a wolf or a fox down in the water, and it's just drowned. Goodbye, fox.
One guy wants to know, can you enchant gear to constantly heal yourself like Morrowind? I don't know if that's possible. That's a neat trick.
I
I'm gonna
bet
have to try
I bet
that
there
out.
is something along those lines, but I don't know the enchantment for it. I don't actually know that I know any enchantments.
Yeah, enchantment is, as I mentioned earlier, it's one of those skills that it's so expensive to level up because you have to destroy very valuable equipment to learn the enchantments.
Yep.
And you have to do that a lot in order to be able to get enchantments with any appreciable value. That, it's if you're into that sort of thing, it's definitely something you want to do. But it's not like leather tanning where it's just so low investment. You're going to get the stuff, which is low weight in your inventory anyway, and it's a free way to level up.
Yeah, once you get something that's enchanted, you probably don't want to lose it. And if you don't have any use for it, it's good to sell it because it's expensive. And I'm way up in the hinterlands, the unmapped, unknown regions. I'm under cloud cover now, so I'm kind of at the edges of the map. Who knows what's out there? Probably death.
So yeah, as we mentioned earlier, swimming through cold water, no problems.
I have found the invisible walls. I was wondering if they did this. Oblivion was really bad about it. Like, you would run to a point and it would just say you cannot go this way. And I ran into one of those just a second ago. Yep, there we go. You cannot go that way.
Yeah.
So that's how they get around the limitations. They just give you an invisible wall.
And it took you 60 hours to find the edge of the world.
Finally. Now I'm going to sail off the side. It's just like Discworld. What's that? That looks exciting.
So how many cities are there in the game?
Well, there are 9 holds, and the holds are various sizes. I mean, you can see one over there. It's this massive city, kind of on a cliff. But then there are lots of smaller towns. I don't actually have a number or estimate. Oh. What's up? So it looks like it may be... No, that's not Scooter.
No, I was mistaken. I thought I heard Scooter's voice in the office, but he is not in
So
yet.
I guess you guys are stuck with me for the
You're on the hook
time
for a
being.
while longer. Brett Lugenia wants to know, would it be better to stick with one weapon and get good, or try and switch it up between a couple?
I am definitely of the former mindset. I've pretty much stuck with archery since the early game.
Yeah, specialization.
I played a little bit of an early save file earlier where I fell back on an axe and magic for a while, but really I found that specialization is the benefit here because you get level ups in an ability for using that weapon. So as you do more archery, your archery levels up, and as you level up your skills, then your character levels up, and then you can unlock perks. And to unlock perks in a specific skill, you have to be of a certain level in that skill. So it really kind of feeds on itself. So I would say it's definitely to your advantage to stick to a single discipline.
And speaking of the devil,
do them in max. Oh, hey, what's up, Terry?
You guys tried going from one end of the map to the other?
Kind of. I'm at the north edge. If you...
I was debating going from
If-
Warcraft to like White Hell, like the basically west to east. But give me a couple minutes. I'll jump in.
Okay, and Terry Nguyen is here now, and he is going to take over for me as soon as he, I don't know, checks his email or whatever. So I guess I got to go back. I can't go any further this direction. I've found the extent of the icy wastes. There's nothing for me here.
so now that you know where the map ends, can you actually open up the map?
I mean, I think it's going to be permanently foggy there.
Yeah, but I want to see like how far the map extends from the initial game. So when you boot up the game, where the Stormcloaks are from.
Yeah, the Windhelm.
Yeah, Windhelm is the edge of the world.
Right, but it goes a lot further over.
And then it expands outward.
So yeah, it's a big world, and there's still a lot more to be discovered. It's kind of
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that whole there's huge swaths in the center part of the map that look like you haven't even been to.
Yeah, and that city that I saw off in the distance, I haven't been to yet. Winterhold. It's one of the major cities, but haven't been there. Where was it? I could see it in the fog. Is that it over there? Yeah. So I guess I'm going to swim through the icy water and hope I don't die of hypothermia. Swimming is definitely a lot easier in first-person mode because you don't have to deal with the weird camera angles and planes and so forth. Oh, there we go. And once again, as a reminder, if you're just tuning in, we are oneup.com. We are live streaming Skyrim for another couple of hours. I am Jeremy Parish, and Ryan Winterhalter is my Chewbacca.
Hello.
And yeah, we've been playing for a few hours, just showing off parts of the game. We're not showing off story stuff, but we are showing off, some of the advanced skills you can get and some of the just kind of how you play. I'm playing a stealth class. Thierry Nguyen, who's going to take over soon, is going to be playing like the kill everything melee style game. And
Looks like we're about ready to switch.
yeah, so yeah, Terry's here with his hard drive, so I'm going to pause. We're going to shut off the system. Please don't leave. We'll be back in just a moment. We just have to reboot and move into a new profile. So stick with us. And in the meantime, Ryan, why don't you tell them about the contests we have
Yeah,
going
so we
again?
have two for you guys. The first one is going to be on our Facebook page where we're giving away a limited edition of the game and a leather-bound Skyrim journal. You can check out information on that at facebook.com/oneup. For the Twitter contest, we're giving away 2 copies of the game to the 2 individuals who ask us the best questions via Twitter. So send your questions to us at oneup and use the hashtag. Oof.
Sorry about that, everyone.
Drop my. We've got some tangled microphone cords going on. Sorry for the interference. So send your questions. We're answering questions as a ton of them. We're not going to be able to get to every one, unfortunately, but we'll do our best. And Terry's logging on. You get to see Mr. Dancing Ted Danson show up for everyone. And we've got a few questions going on. What's up, Scooter?
What's up? All right, I'll be loading some stuff, but I don't know if people overheard me, but I'm planning to go from the western edge of the map and go east to the eastern edge. We can journey along the way, and I'm loading a character that has already finished the game, so there's going to be no story spoilers because the story is already over for me.
Yeah, so one person was asking how long it would take to walk from one end of the map to the other, and
We
we're
are going to find out live.
All right, yeah, and so Jeremy played this, sneaking around bow character. You do not do that. What is your character?
I am all dual wielding all the time with light armor. I'm a sneaky berserker ninja. Let's see, let me load I have my autosave is going to take me to something that might spoil, so I gotta load a specific save. Let's see. You know what? Let's do this one. So I'm gonna get some stuff ready at my house. Has Jeremy shown it?
We haven't seen the house, and a couple of people were asking about house customization. So what can you tell me about that?
So it's you buy property by basically the way Skyrim is divided to 9 holds, which are basically counties, and each hold has a capital city. Each capital city has a jarl, like a local king. The jarl has a name, if I know this right, because I've only actually bought one house, but I've been offered to buy like 2 or 3. The jarl of the capital has to name you Thane, which is basically saying this guy is cool enough to own property in this capital city. Then you buy the house. When you do that, your house is completely bare, and then you can then go to the jarl steward to say like, hey, I want to decorate my house with stuff, and then that's when you buy upgrades like living room furniture, an alchemy lab, and things like that. So I have a fully decked out house in Whiterun, which is basically the first major city you visit. It is an essential part of the map. I do have the offer to buy houses in other parts of the land, but I just never got around to doing them. And they're also expensive, so yay. I'm gonna spin this red guard around.
Yeah, you get these detailed models sitting at the loading screen. Is your initial load usually this long?
You know what? I have not confirmed. I heard that might be related to the fact that I have like a bajillion saves on this. Some people were saying that if you cut down the number of saves, I guess maybe the game is literally looking through all the saves to make sure, or cataloging stuff. I don't know. So I do have like 300 saves on this machine. So I'm gonna actually later on maybe just simply say like, you know what? I'll just cut down my saves and see if that improves performance. But
yeah, you won't need 250 saves after we're done with this.
All right. So here is my house. I bought a bunch of stuff. Like initially, all of these shelves and things are not here. Like this, when you buy the house, it has literally nothing in this room. And I just actually ended up buying stuff. One nice touch is your bookshelf. Let's see, I don't have any books to. Yeah. So if you place books in it, which I actually, oh no, can I place all these? I'm gonna try. But basically, as you place books into that, oops. Okay. It might not be quite as evident right now, but as you place books, they get physically placed in, and they actually are placed in alphabetical order. Like, here's FX of Elder Scrolls, here's Fire and Darkness, here's Lost Legends, Lycanthropic Legends. It's nice that this bookshelf auto sorts alphabetically based on the book title, and that's kind of a really random detail.
There was a guy asking about the book interface, so why don't you open up one of those?
Okay, let's see. Sorry.
How may I serve you?
I'm going to change followers, by the way, but as you can see, I did high level enough in the Dark Brotherhood to get a follower from the Dark Brotherhood with me. So, at least on the 360, a console used a thumbstick to leaf through the pages. If you are... For books, this is purely, cosmetic, like for lore, like you just read it for fun. If you want, like, a book that's useful, like, for example, a skill increase or a quest, it actually triggers right when you open the book, like right when you get to like even the title page. Like if a quest starts with it or if you get a skill increase, it'll do it right there. So you do not have to quote unquote read the book to like get the benefit. You could just get it right away by just opening it. But here, if you want to read the lore, like I got this song that's like, what is it? This is volume 19. I'm not even sure. I just been collecting them, but
Yeah, and there are tons of books. It pays to check out every book because some of them will level up your skills. Yeah. And I haven't found a way to tell whether a book will do that before reading it.
Like I said, that's why it's very nice that at least if it does level up or start a quest, it'll do it right when you open the books. You don't have to actually leaf through it. So if you see like a big bookshelf like I have, you just kind of spam through all of them and just pick them up quickly and then put them back down to get the benefits of reading. So I'm going to dismiss... First, I use followers right now as both tanking and as giant walking equipment, like a big old pack mule. So I'm gonna take all this stuff that I store because I'm actually going to dismiss this person and have the other follower go with me. You can watch my menu at work.
So is there a follower menu? Because I've lost my follower. He's disappeared. I have no idea where he is.
You know what? Unfortunately, I think the follower menu comes when you talk to your followers. So I don't know if there's... Yeah, this is a Bethesda game. Like the, followers can disappear and blink out, and I don't. Listener. You just have to kind of roll with the dice and just hope that they like appear later on. Wow.
Yeah, he's gone permanently. I'm not sure what's up with that.
So yeah, 500 pounds of equipment. So store that. 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 You can tell I'm kind of a pack rat.
So have you finished the main quest yet?
Oh, yeah, just save us like... I finished the main quest around hour 45, and this is hour 75 in the game, so I finished the quest 30 hours ago.
So how long would you think if you mainlined the main quest?
I would say if you just did the main quest, it's somewhere in the... It's under the 20s. Like, I would... Well, no, let's say 25, because I did the main quest, plus a bunch of side quests, plus one guild's worth of quests by the time I hit 45. So I would say main only, I would estimate anywhere between 15 to 25, depending on, I guess, how good you are and how fast stuff goes. Let's see. Almost. Okay, good. I'm going to dismiss this person.
Listener.
Oh yeah, usually,
Yes, listener.
I guess I
I'll
should,
return to the Dawnstar
I guess I
Sanctuary
should
without delay.
verify, but when you get a house in this country, you get a house
What do you
carl.
need, my
Oh
friend?
shit, I took the ball instead of talking to my house carl. A person that
Honor
kind
to
of
you,
is your
my friend.
bodyguard, and they're sworn to like live and work for you. So when they're not doing anything, they actually just hang out at your home. So right now I say like, you know what, I'm gonna have you be my servant right now. So yeah. There we go. All right, you know what? I'm going to fast travel to one edge of the world. We're going to the other end. And let me double check to make sure I have my proper equipment before I leave.
So are all houses like this? Are there varieties of houses?
I think there are varieties depending on like where you're buying your house at. So this is what the Whiterun house looks like. I think the house architecture is obviously dependent on what city you're in, because each city, as Jeremy and I pointed out in our review, has distinct architecture. Like Solitude is an imperial controlled castle that's like near the mountains, while Markath is a town that's built on top of dwarven ruins in the mountains. So the architecture is very dwarven style, and some of this is more like a classic little town. And Windhelm, I think, is more of a regular, like what you expect a Norwegian castle to look like. So I think the houses kind of reflect that. But all right, so here's the map interface. I got it filled out, but there's still a lot left to go.
We've got a lot of people asking, is there an arena like Oblivion. I haven't encountered one. I haven't seen
I
anyone
have
play one.
not seen one yet. So here I'm going to go to this edge of the map, and we're going to basically, I'm going to just basically go in this line. We can adventure along the way to find stuff to do. As I go from there to like somewhere on this edge. Like this is the furthest, you know, east I've made it to. I'm going to see, look, there's obviously this, oh no, here's the furthest east. I'm going to see what's beyond like Riften kind of thing. Also on this map, you can, for some reason, this is the tallest mountain in the entire freaking world apparently, right in the middle. That mountain takes a while to climb in the main storyline. So I'm going to fast travel there. Anything else has come up while we wait for the load, and then I would just simply move on, point eastward, and go forth.
Yeah. True Ba wants to know: does Skyrim have Fallout 3's universal karma system? And so,
I don't believe it's karma. I believe there is bounty that is dependent on per hold. Like it's like, you know, doing a crime in like San Francisco County versus like Alameda County. Like each county has, it tracks your crime and your bounty, but it's not like quite universal. Oh look, I'm gonna ride a horse. Did Jeremy show a horse?
Jeremy did not show a horse,
here's
so
my
you've
horse.
got a demon horse.
Yep, I will not tell you how I got this demon horse. I guess since we want to show off our characters at all. So I'm not going to tell you how I look like the way I do. I'm just going to give you a preview that this is what my dude looks like. He actually is a lizard underneath that mask, so I don't know if you want me to take my cowl off, but yes, my guy looks kind of like a superhero from, you know, the Batman universe, and yeah, there's my little lizard tail. Weapons, I'm dual wielding. I'll do for ebony mace and glass axe. I have my perks built up so that all blunt weapons will ignore armor, and all axe weapons will cause bleeding damage, which, you know, I believe is a damage over time mechanic. Swords, if the sword bonus perk, I believe, is that it'll inflict critical hits more often. So let's see. You know what? I'm going to make sure I'm facing the right direction, get on my horse, and we're going to get going. Okay. You know what? That windmill's in the way, but I think that's right. Yep, that's where I want to go.
East. Yep.
All right.
Head on east. So, for those of you just joining us, I am Ryan Winterhalter of OneUp.com, and this is Terry Nguyen,
Yep.
also of OneUp.com.
And I am going to basically just simply travel eastward, see what I can get, what mischief I can get into, and just see how long it takes for me to go from one end of Skyrim to the other.
Yeah. And you could be watching us on a number of places. You could be watching us on IGN, because they were kind enough to embed the stream. And we've been doing this since 7 a.m. Pacific time, so about 3.5 hours going on now. Ours is probably going to wrap up at noon, but you can also head right to IGN to check out theirs when it starts.
Whoa.
So between OneUp and IGN, we're giving you 10 hours or so of 9 or 10 hours of Skyrim content today. We've got a couple of contests going on. You can check out the first contest where we're giving away a limited edition of the game and a leather-bound Skyrim notebook, leather-bound Skyrim journal at facebook.com/oneup.
Watch my horse and
Twitter,
my follower do
via
this.
Twitter, we're giving away 2 copies of the game to the 2 people who we think ask the best questions. You can send questions on Twitter to @oneup and use the hashtag Skyrim.
Yep, my horse and my follower did all the work for that guy. But yeah, we ran into some Forsworn looters. The Forsworn are a faction that's kind of specific to this region. There's kind of a bit of, they're kind of like the bandits of this area. There's like a bit of civil unrest in this area. That's what these guys are kind of part of. As far as I know, I actually have not really pursued this quest as much as I want to. Man, okay, I am going east, but I just want to... Okay, so there's like a friggin' mountain and a river in my way. That's the issue. But I'm going to forward it.
You're a lizard man. You can swim it.
That's true. It's just my...
Instead, you're going to Oregon Trail it, man. That never turns out. You never ford a river.
I'm doing it. Yeah, look, I'm making my horse suffer.
Well, then
look,
someone in your party will probably get
A
dysentery.
familiar Elder Scrolls enemy, mud crabs.
Mud crabs. Yeah, someone was asking about the mud crabs earlier. There are mud crabs. Bethesda and their... Whoa, that, like, he just popped up out of the ground.
Nah, that's how they get you.
Out of the mud, if
mud
you will.
crab chittin'. Then Did Jeremy talk about the alchemy system at all? Sorry,
Yeah, we showed off the alchemy system for a bit.
Did he talk about how you learn how some items work?
Yeah, like you eat it.
Yeah, it's time to. I'm gonna eat. Let's see. I'm gonna eat this piece of mud crab and see what else it can do. Well, hold on. Let me just get over to there. Yum! It can restore stamina. All right. Oh wait, what's that? Oh, my horse is fighting a mud crab. Jeremy has told me, thanks to Jeremy's preview of Skyrim, like maybe 3 weeks ago before it came out, horses are secretly possibly the best companion, because that horse, look, he just kicked the crap out of that mud crab.
It was the same way in Oblivion. Horses could definitely hold their own, but they can be died. We IGN's Destin Legary, who sits by us, made the mistake of buying a horse and then running it off a cliff, and was out 3,000 gold very quickly.
My other pro tip is that depending on what you do, you can get a free horse at some point if you do the right quests. And that's apparently a dragon that I had killed at some point. I'm gonna look at its body.
Yeah, so is this a named dragon? What's it called? Blood dragon.
It's a blood dragon. So it's just
a generic dragon, not named.
Oh, I already took the good stuff off it. So dragons, they tend to have lots of gold and bones and scales, which I already took off of this. So all it has left are the arrows that some guys shot into it. Yeah, these are arrows that like NPCs have shot into it.
And you'll encounter dragons fairly regularly. You hit your first one about maybe an hour into the game, probably.
Oh, I totally missed.
What the hell is that?
It's a hag raven. It's basically a witch.
It's a freaky looking enemy.
Yeah, the first time you encounter one is kind of annoying because they can cast spells and they're like decent in melee combat. Let's see. All right. Oh, look, here's more of their first one guy. They wear like goofy looking like armor made from animal parts. Whoa.
Whoa, what is that?
A frost atronach that was summoned by one of these guys.
So now if you kill the one that summoned it, will it go away?
Usually, yes. Let's see. Unless, well, I'm going to hit on it. Whoa, where all these people come from?
They are surrounding you, man.
All right. I'm going to do a couple dragon shouts.
Wow, you got a lot of shouts at this point.
So if you don't like being a wizard, you can cast Fireball without being a wizard, thanks to being a Dragonborn. Oh, I need a heal.
She just cried for mercy. It was a cold-blooded murder, Scooter.
This is how I kind of started the game, with just like one hand with magic, one hand with spells. Oh, that guy's gonna hit me too fast. I'm gonna use. It'll be healer.
Potions, and this is where again the alchemy comes in handy. You get a boatload of potions, and sometimes you need them.
Let's see. I'll do. And oh yeah, I'm using the shortcut menu to like access things I use more frequently. Oh, I put that.
Does it cost anything to use Dragon Shouts?
No, everything is run by a cooldown. Everything has a cooldown timer though. So, and the cooldown timer is universal. Like you can't like, it's not a cooldown like that for next time you use that shout. Is the next time you shout at all. So I'm still waiting for the cooldown on my fire shout. There's one dragon shout that takes 5 minutes after you use it. So you gotta like use them wisely.
So
some are like as little as like 5 to 10 seconds. Some are as long as 5 minutes.
So you're playing as a melee character. How do you take down dragons? Because they can fly around.
Early on, I have to wait until they land, and then I hit them. But later on, there is an ability to take dragons down to your level.
Man, these are some tough enemies.
Be careful.
And then here's we haven't shown off any of the forging yet.
Oh, let's see if I can make anything.
So we got the blacksmith forge.
Let me see if I have any materials to make anything. No, see, I'm missing things to make. But this is the basic interface. Like you get recipes, and you are I need to have 2 iron ingots and 2 leather strips to make this war axe, and I have 207 strips but no iron. Yeah, I tend to make things in like. I don't make them out of. Oh, okay. Look, I'm gonna make this gold. Let's see. What shall I make? Oh man, I apparently have a lot of jewelry.
Yeah, jewelry is one way to sort of take these raw materials and turn them into gold.
Okay, I'm going to turn a diamond and a gold ingot into a gold diamond ring. I hit create. You say yes, and look, my smithing went up in the corner from like barely nothing to almost halfway in the corner. But so the forge is to make base items. Then there is, let's see where.
There's the workbench.
The workbench will improve weapons, I believe. Oh no, wait, no, the workbench improves armor. Disregard the fact that for some reason there's a sword on it, but workbenches improve armor. Oh crap, I picked up instead of using it. But see, like, you know, workbench improves armor, but I don't have any materials anyways. I gotta drop the sword I didn't mean to pick up. Now, I'm always on the edge of like being encumbered. Grindstones improve weapons, but most of my weapons are magical, and I would need a special perk in the smithing tree to work on it. I could use, you know what? Let's spend my one piece of refined malachite to make this glass war axe better. So select it, and now it'll do 43 instead of 40 damage. Refine, improve.
And you can see how the equipment is going to improve before you really spend the resources.
Yeah,
Which is nice, because that's not necessarily the case with alchemy.
Oh, they don't have a tanning rack. Okay, a tanning. Usually there's the forge, the workbench, and the grindstone, and there's a tanning rack that like, you know, you use to like make leather goods, like leather armor, leather strips, and turn pelts into leather. Wow, is that APC? Is he like stuck, or is he just not aware of what's going on? I'm gonna run up to him. Let's see if I can test another dragon shout on him. I have quite a bit of shout. This is one I found at random. What? Oh, was that not? Oh well.
Didn't work.
In theory, it's only worked sometimes, but in theory, that dragon shout should have actually taken his weapon away from him. It is a disarm shout. I don't know where my horse is. You know what? I'm going to walk this on foot. We're going to now change the parameters. We are going from one end of Skyrim to the other on foot. How long will this take? As long as I don't get too distracted along the way. And you know what? As I go eastward, I will also be discovering a new area. Let's see. So anything that people are asking in particular while I journey eastward?
Yeah.
Like, who's this guy?
So one person wants to know how many dragons are there in the game.
I don't know where you're going, but stay out of that.
I don't think there's an actual number. I think there is I think the number is either really big or infinite, because I believe Todd Howard has been on record saying that dragons respawn. So I've killed a lot. There's an achievement for killing 20, and I already got that achievement. So this guy just told me like, this mine's haunted. Don't go in there. Should I go in there or should I continue eastward?
Continue eastward.
All right. Bye mine. Sorry. In fact, I'm going to clear that off my quest log.
There's a huge quest log.
Yep. All right. I am going to sprint my way since I don't have my horse anymore. Thankfully, I got a perk that because I'm wearing light armor, my stamina doesn't drain as fast and actually recovers more off faster than usual. So I'm just going to do a lot of burst running. Like, okay, I'm running out.
Captain Dynamic wants to know if there's any skooma.
You know what? I've encountered it. I have not actually taken any, but yes. I mean, I believe there is a skooma dealer in one of the shadier parts of the area. There's a town that's like reputed for having lots of thieves and, you know, people of ill repute, I guess we say. And that town, there's like skooma dealers, and I have actually found I found both like unrefined moon sugar and, you know, skooma, which is I believe that's the way it goes. I believe you take moon sugar, you turn to skooma, which is, you know, drugs. So I believe that's there. Like, it is present. I have not actually taken any. I don't know if I actually have any in my inventory. Let's check.
Ingredients.
I have moon sugar, so I could somehow make skooma if I knew how. No, I don't have a skooma on me.
You can play Skyrim Breaking Bad edition.
I continue running east, and you can see the terrain has been kind of changed. It's more temperate now, like where I was a bit snowier and. Let's see. Oh, my follower's been keeping pace with me.
And then Bishay UT wants to know, are you able to block while dual wielding weapons?
No, that is a drawback to dual wielding. Dual wielding means you do have the potential for more damage. Like if you look at my damage stat, like I could do 92 DPS, but when I unequip a weapon, it becomes obviously the damage of one weapon. So the sacrifice is you are hoping that you do more damage than you get because you cannot block when you're dual wielding. My block skill is actually kind of pathetic. Let's see, 21 block skill. But I've been killing so many fools with dual wielding that it is up to like, let's see, light armor.
One-handed is up to 84.
84. So, this, I have most of the perks. I can level up some of these perks, like, I can spend a perk to make my maces ignore more armor damage, and I'm working my way up to a strike that apparently if I like hit someone with a certain power attack, it will actually paralyze them, which is pretty nice sounding. But no blocking, so yep, that is a sacrifice. It says I'm wearing light armor, which means I can move faster and doing stuff. I am really hoping that I deliver the pain faster than they can hit me with it. Oh, and there's another dragon I killed.
Maliseth wants to know, how would we rate the overall story premise of the game?
I like it is a definite improvement because in Oblivion I could not tell you what happened because I did not play the main story in Oblivion. Morrowind, I kind of remember it involved like resurrecting some like elven god prince thing, but this one is like Bethesda has been making steady improvements to their storytelling. Like Fallout 3 had a better main quest in Oblivion, and now this one has a better main quest in both those two. So this is probably the first Elder Scrolls game that I've actually finished a main quest, because both in that it gives you really good rewards. Like you're commenting like, wow, you have a lot. Oh, it's auto saving. I guess I think I have it set to auto save for a few minutes. As you commented earlier, like I have a lot of shouts. Most of these shouts came from the plot. There's still a good number of shouts that you get from just discovering, but the quest gives you a lot of good shouts for, I guess a reward gameplay wise. And it actually is like a pretty interesting story about the destiny and fighting the fighting the fated dragon and all that. Whoa, it's like a rabid deer or something. He's like poisoned. Yeah, he was glowing green.
That
so
glowing green is the poison effect.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm good. They usually run away from you, but I could tell that one was like rabid or something because he fought me. Because deer and elk and other like herding animals, they always run away from you, and they actually don't. They only fight if you actually initiate combat with them. And I didn't even bother doing anything. You saw I literally just looked at it, and he started picking a bone with me.
So if you lose your horse, is there a way to call him back, or is it just gone?
As in my 25 hours play, I have not discovered a way to summon my horse. The way I summon my horse is to fast travel somewhere and hope that the horse spawns in with me. Yeah, I don't have like a. I was just checking my like usable powers, and there's not a summon horse one. Yeah, so the way I will know my horse is okay is if I fast traveled somewhere. But I am committed to just being on foot and going somewhere manually for the rest of this run. So my horse is gone. Whoops. Though, thankfully, even though I thought my horse has been gone, it has reappeared in other save games and fast travel. So I think my horse is safe. He's just, I don't know, taking a really long way to going where I am, possibly. So.
All right. So when you sprint, do you have to hold down the button, or do you toggle it on and off?
I have it as holding down. I'm not sure if there is a menu option to toggle on and off. That's a very good question. I've always just been holding it down. Oh, I'm going to see if I can catch it. Oh! Catching butterflies. Stripped our wings off for alchemy. I'm a jerk.
That's mean.
Anything else while I just run through the land waiting for something?
Yeah, checking it out. Again, you are watching OneUp.com's live stream of Skyrim. We started at 7 a.m. today. We'll be going till around noon, and then once noon kicks off, we'll be handing the baton over to IGN, who will be doing their live stream. So, we're giving you a good 9-10 hours of Skyrim content.
We were just saying we're waiting for something.
If you want to see a dragon fight, this is the place to do it. This is an unnamed dragon, so it's just generic.
It is a blood dragon. I'm not sure what that means. I've fought frost dragons, regular fire dragons, and now this blood dragon. So in the olden days, I would have to wait for. Okay, good. Hold on. I'm gonna turn on my I hit really fast shout.
Yeah, this is it.
Wow, he's actually kind of hurt me. I'm gonna drink a potion real quickly.
Yeah, he is pretty tough. But you're dishing out damage real fast.
I casted the equivalent of haste, so my weapon swings are really, really fast. But yes, bye bye. I'm gonna suck your soul. I'm gonna watch this in third person. Yeah, I ate that dragon.
And so that's just a dragon that randomly spawns.
Yep. And here's some. Ooh, he has an Elven Mace. That's the first time I had a good weapon drop off him. And here are dragon materials, but if you can see the numbers, you can see that they weigh 15 each, and there's 3 of them. And these weigh 10 each, and there's 3 of them. So that's, what, 30 plus 45? So that's 75 pounds of dragon materials. And I'm at 343 pounds of like my carrying capacity, and I can only carry 340. So I'm not going to carry this dragon. But I have a whole bunch of dragon loot stored away, in the hope that someday I'll level up my smithing enough to craft dragon equipment. But as a fair warning, if you're thinking about that, get your smithing up early and as often as you can, because that requires a level 100 smithing skill. And my progress in smithing is not nearly good enough to be able to do it in this run, because my smithing is at 30. So I could barely make steel armor if I wanted to, maybe elven and dwarven armor. But to get that, make that dragon, I gotta like do a whole lot more making. Alright. And now there's these random mud crabs, and
Oh. They seem kind of weak compared to the dragon you just took down. Kind of an anticlimax.
if I'm assuming we will run into it at some point. Let's see, wait. I'm just gonna look at that. Okay. And what this icon means is a mammoth camp that has typically 2 giants and 2 mammoths. Those, I believe, are the toughest enemies I've encountered in this game. So I'm gonna save and try to pick a fight with one of those guys.
Yeah, Jeremy tried and died.
Okay,
in a
he
one-shot
already
kit.
did that. Okay.
But if you're more than welcome to give it a shot.
The only way I could do it is, okay, we could ask ahead of time to see how the users feel. I would have to use something that I basically call the Skyrim equivalent of an airstrike, but it is technically a spoiler for a type of ability you have. I think people might consider spoilers, so I don't know. Should I fight a giant with calling it an airstrike or not? So I guess you get asked to see what people say, like, go ahead and call in your airstrike and see how it's done, or to say, no, I want to learn about this airstrike ability late on my own.
All right, yeah. If you have a preference one way or the other, send a tweet to @1up.
So that, yeah, by the time I get there, we'll
check
see.
on the vote count when Scooter gets there. Pull up your map for a second, if you don't mind. So you started your east-west journey where?
In Marcas, which I believe is considered the western edge of the map.
All right, and you've gone a fair distance so far.
I am a little under halfway, possibly.
Yeah,
a little under halfway, because
that's far faster than I would have expected.
I'm near Whiterun. When Whiterun is considered the middle of the map, because actually they talk about how Whiterun, being such a centrally located area of Skyrim, is like the major trading post of the land.
Yeah, and so looking over to the left, it looks like there's actually I don't know if you just didn't fill out things, but that looks.
I think I just didn't fill out things, because I know other people who've explored this area more than me, and there's probably more stuff cropping up here. This is just, I've been kind of ignoring it just by going eastward. But as you can tell, early on it was more obvious, but you could tell that there are pockets of like places I've been to, like for a while. Like you could tell I was in this corner because of how filled out this area was. But then this area is like, look how freaking barren. Because I have literally not walked around this area beyond like maybe here. So I've never gone like south of here on foot. So that's why that is all kind of barren. But then you see that I spent a lot of time in the Whiterun region near the middle of the map. I spent a fair amount of time in Windhelm, the other capital, and Riften, which I consider, I think this is the city that's the furthest east of the map, I believe. Even though I think there's probably little stuff around here, but I think this is the last major city you run into.
All right, so Scooter, the votes are coming in hard and fast, and they all want to see the airstrike. There's not a single no vote that we've received, and they say that some people have already figured out what the airstrike is because they saw it on the shout list.
Oh, okay.
Earlier.
Sorry. Sorry if you. I thought I scrolled fast enough for people to not really notice the airstrike, but like I said, I want to give people a chance. Like, by airstrike, I could just mean like it calls, like like
C-130.
Five angry, C-130 full of angry magicians. Who is this guy?
It's a farmer.
On my way to Solitude to join the Legion.
Yeah. He's a farmer in the middle of nowhere. There's basically no witnesses. Should I do it?
Go for it.
Do it. Oh god, I'm too good. He's moving. I'm used to killing someone who's sleeping. And I got a minor bounty added to Whiterun.
So someone saw you, or does that just automatically whenever you kill an innocent?
Oh no, see, the person who saw me is the person I killed, but because I killed him, it said in the corner, last witness killed, bounty removed. So literally, the game's checking the fact that that guy who I murdered saw me, but because I murdered him, he was the only person who saw me. The bounty got taken away. So yes, that's you just saw like because everything's so systems driven, as you can kind of see goofy effects like that on occasion. Like, but it is kind of funny when you kill someone like alone in a room is like bounty added, but witness murdered, bounty taken away. Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna go check out giants, and we mentioned a few times before, but they herd mammoths like cattle.
Yep. All right, you know what? I'm going to save.
And I was telling Jeremy, I can't wait until the.
Thankfully, the save names, the automatic name is only based on location. So thankfully, it doesn't literally. There's no save that says like you have finished this part of the game. Like it just no worries about
spoilers there.
The save list.
I can't wait for the mammoth riding mod that will inevitably come. We've been talking about this in the office. This is what we want from Skyrim that it doesn't have. We want to ride mammoths.
This is gonna be tough. Okay, I think for us to work best, the airstrike will only work on things that are actively attacking. So yes, there is a Call Dragon ability. I'm going to quick. What? What did he just do? He hit something and I just flew
up in the air.
Okay, this is what we got to deal with. So I'm going to initiate a fight so that they become aggressive to me, then call in my dragon, and hopefully it takes a bit of time for the dragon to just come by. So hopefully he'll come in time. Oh, there's the thing that it was like a small animal. So let's see. I'm gonna time this right. Okay. Run backwards.
Run away!
Crikey. Dragon, please come in time. Oh boy, this is kind of close.
Is it one-shot kill even at your level?
Yes. Dragon, attack that guy. You can't command it. Oh, okay.
Run behind the dragon.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Okay, good. Distract the giant. Now the giant's like going up. Oh lord, he sees me again.
This isn't a very useful dragon.
It works more on like things that are not giants. I've used this airstrike on like on multiple foes and other farm things. It's just that giants are so friggin' powerful. Oh boy. Look, this is the furthest this is the most I've damaged I being like, stuff I've done, damage a giant. Like he's about a little over halfway there. Come on.
Alright, now they're going at it.
Let's see. I want to add my own fire breath to it. Oh, that's a cooldown for the dragon. Alright, you know what? This is where I'm going to jump in for the last kill. Yes!
Kill the dragon. Now let's see what's on a giant's corpse.
A cave bear pelt. A toe. Gold. Wow, he has a lot of pelts. I guess he's been killing a lot of animals lately.
All right. One person's asking how buggy is
Yeah, how buggy is what?
the game. How buggy is the game so far?
It is better than other Bethesda games, but it's still a Bethesda game, I guess. I've only had one hard freeze, and a couple times a quest almost didn't work, but then it would eventually resolve itself. So it is not terrible. I've not had anything bad, but I know other people in the media have had things like this quest like stops working. Let's see. I'm just trying to find I'm like a few pounds overweight because I'm fat apparently, or I'm a wimp. You know what, I'm gonna drop. Let's see. Oh, dropping alcohol has made me back to my weight limit. I don't even know what my dragon's doing now. Oh, wait. Did he go after the other one? Oh, I think he's picking a fight with the other giant. What are you doing, buddy? Can I talk? Nope. Okay. Oh man, I think he's trying to pick a fight with that giant. Can we go for a twofer?
Can we get 2 giants?
You know what? The giant's not aggressive to me, which is kind of nice. So I guess because the dragon picked the fight, but not me, so the giant is angry at the dragon, but not angry at me.
So now what? How long? Oh, but here comes a bandit.
No,
Who's
here's
it?
my follower.
Your
Okay, now because my follower attacked it, the giant is now angry at me because somehow the giant knew that person works for me.
Ooh. Now, did your dragon go away? Nope, there he is. Not a very bright dragon.
Totally, I think if I were the dragon, I would technically say this is me doing you a favor. I don't have to come here. I guess that's the attitude my dragon is giving me. Like, I'm only here because as a favor to you, but I could just easily go away at any time. That's why I imagine it's happening. Man, and the dragon has kind of a long cooldown because my shout, the cooldown of my shout is indicated by how much blue is on the bar, and it's still pretty damn blue.
Yeah.
All
So how far into the game did you have to go before you got the Call Dragon skill?
That comes near the end of the storyline.
So you could get it near the end of the storyline, but then still like have it for all the side quests.
Yes,
all that.
because
Sort of
I
fun
did the
stuff.
story. I did the storyline first, so before everything else. That's why I kind of have it going. Wow, man. Okay, I'm gonna drop these cabbages to keep my weight limit
Can you
down.
eat the giant's toe?
Yes, it is. In fact, I will do it on air for you people. Even though I already know what happens when you eat a giant's toe. I mean, I already learned the effect of a giant's toe, but I will eat another one. Here you go. I'm pressing A to eat. Oh,
Damage your stamina.
yeah, that was not fun. But yeah, I ate that dragon's toe.
All right, eastward ho. Giants taken care of.
So I think my dragon officially left. I think my dragon said like, "Yep, peace." So these mammoths will kick my ass also, and I don't have the dragon ass back up anymore. So I'm now gonna go away. Wait, can I take mammoth cheese? Yes, I took mammoth cheese. That sounds kind of gross. But whatever.
Ooh.
Can I even do this? Because I am not nearly as adept on picking locks as Jeremy is. Oh, wow. That was really lucky.
That was really super lucky, yeah.
Ooh.
A glass sword, nice.
That is very nice. Oh, my God. My inventory management is so terrible. Oh, you know what? That's right. I could actually...
You got a pack mule.
Yes. I forgot about this whole time. I just been out running this pack mule. All right, Lydia. Here, I'm going to give you... Let's see. Is there a two-handed... Here, have a glass sword. And is there armor to give you? Nope. Here, take a glass sword. I don't know if you'll... Oh, yeah, she is using it. Okay. That's right. She's defaulted sword and shield. I had earlier given this follower a two-handed weapon, but I forgot that I took it away when I switched followers. So she is now going to use the glass shield the glass sword I just got. So that's kind of cool.
Nice. So,
running east.
All right.
Anything else people want to know while I just keep on
yeah, there are a few
zipping on?
questions. If you're just tuning in, this is OneUp.com's live marathon of Skyrim in preparation for the game's release at midnight, if you're lucky, probably in the morning for most of you, or if you have to work Friday night by the time you get around to it. We've been doing this since 7 a.m. We're going to be doing it until about noon, and then once we're done, IGN, our sister site, will kick off their live stream. So feel free to watch that. Between the two of us, we're bringing about 10 hours of Skyrim content today.
Oh, boy. Oh,
And here comes another dragon.
He's not for a while, but I'll just run to it.
We've got two contests going on. The first one is going on OneUp's Facebook page. That's that's facebook.com/OneUp. And the second one is going on via Twitter. Oh, forgot to mention. The Facebook prizes are the collector's edition of Skyrim and a leather-bound journal, Skyrim journal.
That was an epic miss.
That was handed out at a press event to the press. And then on Twitter, ask us a question to be entered into the contest, and we are going to choose the 2 individuals who ask the best questions to get a free copy of the game. So check it out. And yeah, so right now, Scooter's killing bandits. I've given the speech so long, I feel like it's that old Saturday Night Live sketch, Perspectives. Do you remember that? Welcome to Perspectives. It's 4:30 in the a.m., and our guest today is...
Wait, where'd the horse... I'm going to steal this horse. Make my travel a little bit faster. Stealing horses is as easy as you walk up to it and just take it like that. All right. Oh, I see a tower I have not discovered in the distance, but I will press onward.
And then you're getting closer to that dragon. So, Alex Risberg wants to know, how often is the speech skill useful?
It mostly comes up in dialogues with NPC and quests. Like, as Jeremy pointed out, you can't, like, use speech to talk out of a fight like I just did. Like, you know, if you find, like, a bandit or a warrior or something, they are always aggressive to you. So speech skill is not quite used quite as often as, say, Fallout or anything. Oh, wow. Is that horse going to bother defending me? Let's see.
Blood Dragon, handed out the damage. So lots of questions about getting married. Can you get married in this game?
Yes, I have not done it myself, but I know someone in the IGN office has. It is a quest that involves a certain item. But yeah, they got, apparently you could get married, and as a consequence of the marriage, you get a free house, I guess, because you move into your spouse's current place. They will cook you a home-cooked meal that will give you bonuses to your stamina, magicka, and health. And I believe if the person you marry owns a business, like is a shopkeep, you can also get a cut of their profits. So that can be married. I have not done it myself, but marriage is a possibility. I have no idea where that horse went. I guess that horse I guess the horse I stole was not loyal to me and panicked and ran away.
Did not make it. All right, coming up on the split here, there's a cave here, and then you can go left or right.
Yeah. Do people still want me to just keep on going eastward? Do they want me
it's
to,
still
like,
the plan.
They don't want me to make a stop anywhere? That's just making sure I'm doing what the people want.
Make a plan, because
Okay.
because people were asking how long does it take to travel across, and we're finding out.
So, yeah, I mean, of course, give or take the fact that I had to stop to, like, fight dudes here or there. But, yeah, this will be a rough approximation of, like, what's it like to go from Skyrim mostly on foot.
Yeah.
Because as we saw, in that first fight, in the kind of, you know, bandit area, I kind of stupidly lost my horse because I wasn't keeping track of what I was doing. And, whoa.
Oh, Sabercat. There's some nasty animals in Skyrim.
But I'm a level 26 duder, so too bad for them.
Do enemy NPCs ride horses?
I have seen soldiers on horses. Yes, I have not seen a soldier. I have not seen an enemy like humanoid take a horse. No, so I don't know if they could steal them from you or steal or anything. But I have seen them on horseback, and I've like hit them, and I actually hit the guy, not the horse. And so I think I made a guy like fall off his horse once or something. All right, I'm gonna show a little bit of, I guess, my Argonian swimming.
Yeah, so as an Argonian, you can go underwater
Indefinitely.
indefinitely. No need to worry about oxygen.
Yeah, I have no idea what's like if Jeremy goes underwater because I've never had a problem. I just like literally just go under and just zip on around. So far, the use of swimming is mostly in that you find alternate entrances to places, which is possibly useful for you work for the Thieves Guild, in which you're often told to break into houses to steal stuff from them. And most of the time, you know, in Skyrim, especially the house is near the water, there is like an alternate entrance like underneath or something, and that's where the swimming becomes useful. So I guess if you are planning to rob a bunch of places near the coast or near any bodies of water, Argonians are make for decent thieves in that regard, because they can just take the alternate waterway.
Out of all the quests available in the game, what is your favorite so far?
The Dark Brotherhood quest line is very good. The main quest is pretty good, and I don't know if Jeremy has mentioned it, but probably the funniest quest is the Hangover quest.
Which, yeah, we talked about that for a bit, but we were like, that's something you want us to... Oh!
Okay, that didn't take... And I will cheat. I will quote-unquote cheat in that I will go fast travel to a place near where I was. I do know where I was, so that I can resume where I picked up, because I'm not sure where the autosave is going to put me.
Your autosave will probably put you right before the giant.
I think that's the last time I manually saved. So yeah, I'll see if I autosave since the giant. If not, if I'm back at the giant, then I will fast travel to a place approximately near that area, and then I will just continue on.
I've lost significant amounts of progress because I trusted the autosave before.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see where that takes me.
I want to get the numbers. I want some uniques in the engagement time because it was like a half an hour we were watching.
Yeah, so we've got a few more questions coming in.
It looks like what you were thinking. Yeah, near the giant camp. So I was approximately I think I went around. I was near this bend. I went past that. I want to say I was around here. So I'm gonna. You know what? I remember I actually passed the tower. Right. So I'm gonna actually fast travel to this tower and then just resume walking then on, and this time be more mindful of how I navigate that waterfall.
Yeah, and you can fast travel to any
location you have been to.
Location you've been to from the very beginning part of the game.
Yeah, if you've been there, you can fast travel to it. So locations marked in white means that you found it. Locations marked in black means you've been told about, but you don't know where it actually is. You're given an approximation, and you cannot travel to a place that is black on the map because you don't know where it actually is. Okay. Once you discovered it, then anytime you are in an outdoor environment, or I guess within the city at least, you can fast travel to it. So you can't fast travel from inside a building, but if you step out onto the street within the city, that is where you could fast travel from.
Yeah, so we've been getting tons of questions about werewolves. Jeremy had encountered them but had not become a werewolf. Have you done any of the werewolf stuff?
I am in the...
This here's a toll road, see?
Wow, do they know who they're dealing with?
200 gold if you want to use our road.
Hand over. I don't have the money. How does 50 sound? How about you let me through and I don't kill you?
Well, there we go. Here's a
speech moment.
Speech skill. You level up your speech. Speech and barter are the same skill, and so the easiest way to actually level up your speech skill, at least early in the game, is to just buy and sell a lot of crap.
Okay, that's a good point.
Farewell.
But you know what? Just for
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Oh, I haven't seen one of those in first person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no VAT system, so there's no slow-mo death. Animation by default, but
it kind of comes as critical
now
kills.
And then if there's a critical hit, if you score a critical hit upon death or something like that, I'm not sure exactly what the trigger is. You get these cool looking slow motion death animations.
See, so this time I'm going along the river, not in it, so hopefully I should not fall down the waterfall like I did last time. Assuming I am not an idiot like I was earlier.
How many companions have you had over the course of the game?
You can only have one. Okay, you can have one follower active. To get around that number, there's a spell I have. I can summon another follower. That's a specific kind of thing as a ghost. So I can have at any one time. Normally, I can have up to 2. But there are times in the game where the quest calls for you to be with someone, and then they will add it. So the most I've had with me in a quest is 4. But regularly, normally is 1, and that the way I work around the 1 is that I guess the second companion I summon is considered a spell, quote unquote, and it's a spell that simply lasts a really long time. So I think the only one that's persistent, you can have 1 at a time. And I've ran into 3 or 4 characters that could be considered companions. All right, I walk by another mammoth camp, which I'm not going to pick a fight. We've proven that it can be done, but I'm not going to take the time to do that. I'm just going to keep on running.
Cutaholic asks if Skyrim has an invisibility spell or potion. I've seen an invisibility potion.
Yes, I've not actually used them, but there are those such spells. There are those such things. It's just that I am not that stealthy. I believe, let's see, the invisibility spell is probably under, well, why can't I find it? Illusion. I don't think there might be, let's see. Here we go. This spell makes it easier to cast spells like Fear, Calm, and boom, Invisibility. Illusion. So Invisibility is under the Illusion tree. And, wow, I have not even looked at this tree at all. I've casted, the only magic I've bothered casting is Healing for when I'm too cheap to use a potion, and Fireball, Lightning, and Ice for when I want to hit something from range. So that tree is the first time I've ever looked at that tree. Because I am not a wizard.
So iDecimate asks, is it possible to customize your character into 2 different class types? For example, a 2-handed warrior who conjures.
Yes, I mean, 2-handed warrior who conjures will be kind of a slightly unwieldy. You're gonna have to use this shortcut menu a lot to switch from between your 2-hander to a conjure. But if you level up, if you use each thing in equal measure, then yes, you can hit guys to level with your two-handed weapon to level up that skill tree. You can also make sure that once in a while cast a conjuration spell to call in, like, I don't know, a rabbit, or I actually, it's like, again, I have not seen the conjuration trees. I don't know what you actually conjure. I'm assuming you conjure something kind of small at first, and then you can go up to conjuring demons. So as long as you alternate between hitting things with your two-hander and conjuring things to help you out, you should be able to kind of level those two up equally. And yeah, you could be multi-classing like that to be a two-hander that conjures stuff. So yeah, I mean, there are multi-classing skills like I guess that would be considered equivalent of maybe a battle mage, where it's like a warrior that can hit things with magic more often. But yeah, it's just that instead of saying I am locked in this class, you simply had to make sure to focus on the skills you want to use. Like a Nightblade, the wizard, sneaky wizard thing would just be like, okay, make sure you use alteration and destruction spells in addition to your sneak, lockpicking, and maybe archery skills. So yeah, you can just kind of mix and match based on what skills you're actively using. As far as I know, I've just been mainly focused on like being a melee duder. Oh, minor hiccup. I'm not sure whether to blame the game or the console for that one. Right, I'm still heading east. Yep, I'm gonna start turning because, like I said, I think the more eastern edge is Rift End, so I'm gonna be going more southeasterly direction. But I'm getting there.
Chris Hartman 2 is a follow-up to the one about dual classing. He says, but is it worth it not to specialize in just one spec, or will you be higher level with weaker abilities? And I think I've encountered that specialization definitely pays off.
I think specialization pays off because as you specialize, you are spending perks to make your abilities even better. So like, destruction, I only have like these 3 perks of destruction. They're decent, but they're not that great. While in comparison, as you saw my kind of overlay, I have nearly every perk of one-handed. That's why my weapons are kind of crazy, because this base level perk makes one-handed weapons just do much more damage. This one, like, so I think specializing definitely, like, focusing on like maybe 2, possibly 3 things to kind of develop. Like, I've obviously been focusing the most on one-handed and light armor is worth it. Spreading yourself a little bit thin is like you can have some variety, but I think you just won't have, each ability won't be quite as powerful as you want. Like destruction, it's okay, but it's not nearly, I'm not doing enough of it, so it's not nearly like a great game changer as I want it to be. Let's see.
All right.
Ooh, I'm gonna at least discover a dragon shrine on the way, and I might have, what I'm gonna say, because it's not the dragon that scares me at this possible dragon shrine, it's the dragon priest that scares me. If there is a dragon priest here, we will see.
Bad Matitude wants to know, is there a newspaper like the Black Horse Courier?
If there is, I have not seen it. I've only seen books and notes, but I've not seen any kind of consistent newspaper publication-like thing. Where is he? Okay, he's all the way over there. I don't know whether that's a randomly spawned dragon or the dragon assigned to this dragon shrine. I'm just going to all work, because this is along my path, so I'm just going to investigate this a little bit. Usually dragon shrines are like there's a dragon assigned to it, and there's usually a word of power to learn a dragon shout from. Whether you learn a whole new shout or you level up an existing shout. Let's see. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay. So this is a dragon. This is not even a blood dragon or name one. This is literally a dragon. I'll absorb his soul. Yeah, look at that ragdoll physics of his body. I'll take money from him, but not his... Come on. Wow, I am not absorbing his soul for some reason. This is very odd.
Weird.
I don't know what. I don't know whether it's a glitch or that I have some rule, but this is the first dragon I fought that I have not absorbed his soul. His corpse looks normal. This is a first for my game. I'm going to jump up and down to celebrate. Even though I don't know if I should be celebrating.
That is really weird. I wonder what gives.
I wonder if, let's see. I have 11. Oh, no. If I thought like maybe you can have at most 10 shouts or something, but 11 is a weird number to have as a cap. So I do not know why this dragon is not giving me his soul. I am going to write it off as a mystery that we'll find out later. But I'm going to now see, I'm going to try to discover the dragon shrine. And see that dragon was assigned that shrine, or that it was a randomly spawned dragon. I have yet another dragon fight ahead of me.
All right. If you're just tuning in, this is the final hour of the OneUp.com Skyrim Marathon. We've been going since 7 a.m. But after we're done, there's still more Skyrim for you. You can tune into IGN.com's live stream as well, which will be starting just after ours. We've got a couple of contests going up for you. The first one on Facebook, which we're giving away a limited edition of the game and a leather-bound Skyrim journal.
I am not finding the right way to get up this mountain, apparently.
Gonna have to go around it. And a leather-bound Skyrim journal, you can head to facebook.com/oneup to check out the details on that. The second contest, we're giving away 2 copies of the game to the 2 people who ask us the best question on Twitter at OneUp with the hashtag Skyrim.
What do you consider a best question? I'm really curious.
Well, see, that's not. I imagine Tina, Jeremy, and I are probably going to sit down and look at it.
Okay.
We're not entirely sure. Whatever arbitrary criterion we decide at the spur of the moment.
Okay, but I probably am dumb and I don't know how to get up this mountain the right way, so I'm going to go ahead and ignore that dragon shrine and continue my quest to see how long it would take me, barring some random stops and exits. It's like a car trip. Like, you think, maybe going from SF to LA, like, it should only take like 5 or 6 hours, but sometimes things happen and it ends up taking like 7 to 8. So we're going to see, but we'll get a ballpark figure of how long it takes for a person on foot, barring some distractions, to go from the western edge of the map to the southeastern edge.
Absolutely, and so far we've been walking for about an hour. Do you want to say? It's
what time?
11. It's 11:06.
Oh yeah, and I got here around
We've been
10.
walking for an hour. So we're about a little bit over halfway, maybe nearly 3/4 of the way across the map at this point.
Yeah, like, let's see, because I'm gonna get to Riften, and then I'm gonna just see how far east beyond Riften I can get.
Yeah, earlier in the game we saw the northeast extremes, which was this really cool area with icy archipelagos, but you ran into invisible walls where it just said you can go no further. It's kind of how Bethesda has handled this in previous games in the past, with when you get to the world's edge, and it works, I guess. It's not too terribly immersion breaking because Jeremy was in hour 60 of his game before he reached the edge.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out how there's obviously this thing in my way. I'm just trying to figure out on the map how to get around it. But oh, look, a bear.
So we have time to take a few more questions. They've been coming in pretty fast, so we're not going to be able to get to all of them, but we'll get to the ones that we can. Mad Symmetry wants to know, can you double agent from one faction to another?
Let's see. If he's talking about factions in the Civil War sense, I don't think so. I believe at one point you have to commit and you're kind of locked into it. That's not what I ended up doing. I guess I didn't really actively look for a way to just kind of double agent things. Like, I think once I said, hey, I'm joining this faction, then it's kind of locked. And in terms of just like guilds and things, like, you can, like in other games, you can join multiple guilds and be doing stuff for them. So I'm in simultaneously both the Thieves and the Assassin's Guild, and I'm also actively working on the Fighters Guild. So I don't think Skyrim has quite double agenting yet. Maybe that's for the expansion. Or there is double agenting thing, I have not encountered it.
Holy shit, that was a bear.
Cave bear. Tuna bear.
Hi, I'm Tina. I took over for Ryan just for a bit.
Okay.
Let's do this shit.
Wizard! Wizard!
So why are you in the forest right now? Just catch me up on on your lore. Do you have like a backstory for your character?
No, my backstory is I'm on the Great Skyrim road trip. Look, I'm such an asshole. I just kicked that wolf enough to hit it in the head with an axe. So Tina, just give you the story. I'm doing the Great Skyrim road trip where I started at this edge of the map.
It's kind of like
I started over Markow, which is the extreme western edge. I'm trying to get to the eastern edge by way of going to this city is the furthest east I've gone, and I'm going to try to go a little bit beyond that. So right now, I just have to go down, but I'm almost to Florida, basically. I'm trying to go I'm driving from California to Florida, basically. So that's the lore. I'm simply because I felt like going in this direction.
Kill that thing. Oh, you asshole.
Oh, this goat had nothing on, not even like a leg I could harvest.
Kill that person.
All right, let's see. What is this guy? Oh, good. He's the person I want to kill anyways. So there's a civil war going on, and that guy's a soldier from that side I'm fighting against. What you just saw, I don't know if you, again in the corner, it's happened with me and Ryan, was that I killed one person, and for killing and attacking, there was a bounty put on me. But because it was just him, and I killed him, it said, "Hey, the one person who saw you just got killed. So the witness to your crime got killed. So the bounty got taken away because no crime was reported."
Gotcha.
If there was a second guy, then he would have reported it, and then the police would have been on me, basically. But
the popos of the forest.
I gotta make.
We have a question from Mrath on Twitter. He says,
Okay.
"Can you dual wield shields for a difficulty run?"
Nope. That was the first thing I tried, and no dual shielding. I'm going to tell Bethesda that is what I want in the next Elder Scrolls game.
Really?
Shields are counted as apparel, so you can only put a shield in your left hand. I did literally the first thing I tried was once I got 2 shields, which I got like maybe 22 minutes into the game, I tried equipping both and I couldn't. And I actually tweeted to Bethesda going like, "What? Why?" And they're like, "We will register your complaint." So they know that I want dual shielding.
Nice. I love how Jimmy T420, nice name by the way, on Twitter asked, "Would you say that the female characters in Skyrim are very attractive?" And,
A lot more so than in
not seen
previous
any right
games.
now.
Not. I guess he hasn't seen it, but I would
They
say
got that ass.
not good. But they're because the characters in general are a lot less ugly than in the previous Bethesda games. You can actually make a reasonably attractive person. Of course, I'm playing a lizard man, so that's. Oh, look! I'm such an asshole. Like,
Why is that? They were attacking you. Why does that make you a jerk?
No, it's just funny that it's just not just enough for me to hit it. I like hug it to then club it harder. I don't mind that because this character is designed to be like a complete jerk, but.
Aw, Silence AC3 says, "Can you have a family in Skyrim?"
You can have marriage, but I don't think you can have children. Or if you could, I have not figured out yet. Earlier, we asked a question about how to get a wedding done, and Stephanie Lee over at Game Help, the cheats and guides section of IGN, is the only person in the office who have figured out how to marry someone that has done it. So I know it's possible, but I don't know if you can make a full family.
Well, that's cute. You should shoot it with something. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't make any screaming noises or anything? What?
Busy dying and burning.
I see. So have you guys awarded any prizes yet to anybody?
I just got on that starting at 10, and as soon as, based on what I've been doing, no. I don't know if they did anything earlier or they're saving that for later. Oh, look, he kind of yelped when I hit him with ice.
Yeah. I just want to be friends. This is what makes the game fun for me. Just like being a total dick and just killing things.
Yeah.
Where are the dragons at?
You missed it. I fought like.
Did you fight one already?
I fought like 3, I think. Wait, Ryan can confirm. How many dragons have I fought? Okay. I thought I did like 3 or 4, but Ryan thinks 2. But I fought multiple dragons already. You actually missed the part where I actually called in a dragon to kill some guys for me. Kill some giants.
Oh shit, it's Cave Bear.
Oh wow, that. Okay. Hold on.
It's a nice place to pause as you contemplate death. Oh, nice. Can you get your shield on this? No? Alright. Oh, that wasn't
Did
too
something
bad.
else hit me? No. Oh no, I'm kind of badass at this point. I purposely pick a part where I had already finished the main story, so I'm actually really high level, but I'm not doing any quests or story. I'm literally just going from one end and out the other, doing stuff along the way. So users are basically have not been spoiled on anything really detailed. Like closest I had to spoil was I revealed a spell you get late in the game for the storyline.
Oh,
but other
God.
than that, you want me to kill it?
God, it's disgusting. I hate spiders.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me try one of my actually more newly acquired weapons. Let's try this one.
B. Schlitty on Twitter asked, how long is the game?
It took me doing the main storyline plus, though. See, I didn't only do main story. I did the main storyline plus a guild quest, and each guild has about maybe between 10 to 20 quests by themselves. There's 4 guilds. So finishing one guild's quest of about 18, which had 18 quests for one guild, plus the main story, plus some side stuff, took me about 40 hours. So I guess if you take away the guild stuff, it's more like in the 25 to 30, 25 range. But
and then according to Todd Howard yesterday, he said that you can play this game forever because there's infinite side quests.
I will show you the, I love Todd and everything, but here is an example of an infinite side quest. This is the one a few times I'm going to show the quest log.
Alright guys, you're going to watch an infinite side quest right now.
No. It's just literally, this quest is basically like find the person and kill them, and they don't even have a name. It's literally like the person you have to kill is given a description like corrupt priest or angry guard. So that's how the quest. It literally makes it makes quests like that. There are some quests that you can tell they're generated are a bit more subtle, like go rob this house or something like that. But that kind of quest for the assassin guild is really obvious that's being made Mad Lib style by the game, because it literally says kill blank for blank, and by blank it doesn't give a name. It says like kill this drunk priest for this amount of money. So that is a repeatable quest that just keeps on happening. I love you, Tal, but that is a funny way to say it. But it takes a while before you get those kinds of quests, because there's lots and lots of real quests before then. Like, as I told you, those kind of quests I just described comes after I finish 18 individual, normal, like, unique quests before it. So, and that's one guild's worth of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can play infinitely, but by the time you reach that point, hopefully there will be an expansion or DLC so that you can get more real quests. So the infinite quests, I think, are just like filler or like a way to easily make money until you get like a real quest from Bethesda somehow. I have no idea where I am. Okay, I'm almost.
It's great that they have a map for you to find your way.
All right.
Let's see. On Twitter, Jonathan Hughes 3 says, "Is it possible to have a melee only character?"
Yes, I'm actually playing melee only. I mean, I do use magic on occasion for range, but so far, if you've been watching the stream for a while, you'll notice that a good 90% of the time I'm doing stuff is just I'm hitting things with axes, clubs, and swords. So yeah, it is possible to have a melee build. It's actually I know.
Oh fuck! There's a spider. Ugh.
Don't worry, I killed it in like one hit. But it'll be a bit harder to do only if he's asking can you get through the game using only melee, nothing range. It'll be a bit harder. For example, dragons, they fly. And yes, it is possible because early on later on you get the ability to make dragons come to the ground, which is helpful. But before I got the ability, I did have to like wait for a dragon to land before I could fight him. So it is doable. It takes patience. So it is possible, I believe, to go through using nothing range at all. It'll just take patience and annoyance. So, but I am primarily melee because Jeremy purposely played to basically be a sniper. Like he just shoots lots of stuff, and I purposely decided to do the exact opposite, where I just like stab things constantly.
All right. So if you guys want to ask any questions that I can read right now, you want to send your questions in to @1up and use the hashtag Skyrim so we can see them.
Let's see.
I have a question for you though.
I'm almost to where I want to go.
Do you like the music in this game more than Oblivion?
I guess like there's a bit more epicness to it, like especially, when I'm at home, this is kind of silly. When I'm at home, there's a specific like kind of dramatic drum beat every time you like discover a dragon word. Like there's like a choir like oh, and like you hear like giant like war drums marching. I've been kind of making those noises at home to my kids when I'm just like doing random stuff just because it sounds so dramatic.
You can't see this, but Scooter's actually making like gestures with his arms and stuff.
Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I do like the music. It's pretty, atmospheric, and like when it gets like when crazy stuff happens, they get like dramatic drum beats and like people chanting and stuff like that, and like little cool like moments like, oh, you discovered something. Here's a big like, oh, kind of moment. Like, yep, I discovered stuff. Like I'm not going to that cave because I just want to see. I'm almost to my destination. So what time is it about right now?
11:18.
11:18. So it takes about a little, like let's say it'll be about an hour and a half to just like walk from one end of the map to the other, which is kind of big for a game because, for example, I believe in GTA 4, which is like, it's supposed to be like Manhattan plus Jersey, stuff like that. It takes like, maybe a good 15 minutes to go from one end of the map to the other. So this is like that much bigger than GTA, I guess. But
let me see. I'm gonna read another question here.
But yeah, I'm almost to my destination. So it takes about a little over an hour. Like, cause I started around 10, and in one edge. Did some horse riding, and now I've just been walking. I'm almost to where my destination. Oh, I was saving. It is 3 a.m. on Sunday in the game world.
Drammy E on Twitter asked, out of all the NPCs, monsters, and enemies, which would you say was the best you have seen or confronted?
Dragons. Let's see. No, dragons are pretty cool, but I think in terms of like
pretty cool.
No, yeah. Well, it's just they're easy. They're easy to me now. Like you do not see how fast I kill them. But in terms of like NPCs, I still think the Daedra are probably the best. And the Daedra are basically like weird mischievous demigods that their quest lines are basically kind of like gods who are assholes to you. They go like, oh yeah, why don't you go wreak some havoc and I'll give you like a really cool sword. So I like them around though because the Daedra have different personalities. They get really interesting quests. They're kind of big dicks, and I like being a dick.
Oh, what's that in front of you? I see.
An elk. And they give you really powerful weapons. Like, I don't have it equipped because it weighs too much, but I have like a 20-pound mace that will... Whoa, what? Wait, I don't even know where that person... No, that's my friend.
Can you kill your friend?
Where is this person? Who's trying to pick a fight with me? Oh, there you are.
Kill that
But-
person.
Oh yeah, I'm totally going to. I'm gonna try something.
Alekotos on Twitter asked, "Can you put armor on your horse?"
Not yet. Yeah, disarm. Look at that guy. Look, he had a shield and everything. I just knocked it out of his hands by yelling at him.
Wait, I want to hear her voice again. Aw, too late.
You heard her scream.
She just sounded so apathetic. You picked a bad time to mess with me. Nice.
$60. Whoa, big orc boots, which I'm not taking.
Mr. Neff on Twitter asked, as compared to Oblivion, how much more lively does Skyrim's world feel? Is it more lush?
I think so. It's interesting because you think like Skyrim, oh, it's big and snowy. There's like no variety. Well, Oblivion looks like a fantasy land, but I think it's like someone at our staff described like the land of Skyrim as feeling kind of like New Zealand, like Lord of the Rings style, like how it could go from snow to tundra to like temperate plains stuff like that. So I think Skyrim may not be quite as brightly colorful as like Oblivion, but I think it's a more consistent and just more interesting place in Oblivion, based on like how even though everything is snowy, but depending on where you are in the world, it feels kind of different. This one is a bit more swampy and like darker, but as if you saw earlier in the live stream, like in this middle is more like temperate plains, so it has like browns and greens and some colors. Jeremy was in like the way extreme, so he was like very kind of icy and frozen north kind of feel. So it's surprising. And like this city, a couple cities are like they're built into like dwarven ruins, so every place has a distinct architecture. It actually has a variety of different looks and feels, despite the fact that this is like the Frostland.
Yeah.
Or like I almost joked that because there's supposedly rumored that like Bethesda's supposed to work on a Game of Thrones thing. It's like, oh, it's almost like Winterfell the game if you watch Game of Thrones. But okay, I'm almost to where I want to go, and I don't know what these guys are. Oh, whoops! I want to turn around. That's right. I wanted to cross this bridge. I did not feel like picking a fight with those guys.
Sib Graphics on Twitter asked, "How does the lockpicking minigame work?"
It's actually very, very, very similar to what.
Keep going.
It's very similar to what Fallout has. Like you kind of.
Media's running low.
It's very similar to Fallout that you rotate. You rotate the pick and the lock, and then when the pick is in the right place, the lock will kind of flee open. But if you don't have it in the right place, it'll click and snap and break your pick off. So actually, the closest thing is like play Fallout's lock picking, and it's very similar to that.
I'm gonna keep it real for a moment and let you know that just watching you walk down a path is kind of boring for me. So
People want to know how long it takes.
I
Well,
want to challenge people and ask them to help me out for
Alright.
my case. I want to see how fast you can kill a dragon.
oh, geez, let me find one.
Well, I want people to tweet to us and let us know that they want to see that too. And
All right,
support my
well,
case.
yeah,
Or
it's
would
fine.
you
You,
watch him walk down this.
it's fine. You saw if you missed me kill a dragon like less than a few minutes. Oh, whoa, what the hell's that guy doing?
Can you take his horse? You are kind of overpowered right now.
Ooh, orc armor. I have not seen this on people. I don't have the room to carry it, but
Nice. Alright, yep. Some of them are saying slay the dragon. So let's support this dragon genocide cause
Okay.
and
well, you know what? We have seen that I start around 10. Is approximately 11 something. I've reached this part of the map, so it takes a little about somewhere between an hour and a half to go from one end of Skyrim to the other. I know, hearing that Charles Anya, who plays as a wizard, he talks a lot about either summoning demons. I think is his favorite thing. Like you can summon a demon to like go there and like kill guys with you. And demons are badass because they're demons. They're on fire. They do crazy things. They talk trash about whoever you're killing.
alright.
This is where I run into, or I don't know which way to go. But I think I'm getting closer than I had been in the past. Oh my god, I am almost there. Okay. So a dragon encounter might be pretty darn soon. Oh, yep, I hear it. Okay. As long as I can scale up this mountain. Oh, there. Oh, I see him. I just need to get to him.
Oh, I hear him.
Let's see.
Be honest, did you get a little scared when you first ran into one?
When you first meet one and you don't know what you're doing, yeah. But actually, as we established earlier, giants are scarier than dragons. Right now, dragons are like no thing.
Nice. A lot of people are wondering, you know, because they may not have necessarily played any of the other Elder Scroll games, should they jump into this one, and are they going to be confused at all?
No, because this game takes place 200 years after the previous one.
Okay, so you could just
The
jump into
lore
this.
is like you could jump in, and if you really don't want to know what happens in the previous game, there's literally a book inside this game that tells you what happens in Oblivion. Okay, crap. I don't know how to scale up, but the dragon is nearby. I'm going to try to force it to ground.
Urban Demon Dog on Twitter asks, can you see the Northern Lights?
There are Northern Lights style things to look at, yes. I am not at that area right now. Where the... Oh my god, it's so dark. I don't know where the dragon... Okay, there he is. Oh, this is going to be hard because I
love
like I
how the
said,
music
I
picked
can
up.
only fight him when he lands, and I have to find a place for him to land at. I have an ability that makes him land almost immediately, but he might not land where I want him
Oh,
to.
wait. He's right in front of you.
Oh, I missed.
Miss. Don't punk out. Beat his ass. Scooter.
Oh, I need him to get to where I can hit him.
Yeah, look at that.
Once he, this is the one drawback to one of the main drawbacks of melee. You have to wait for them to get to you.
I'll make him land.
Okay, let's see where. I hope he lands where I can actually get to him.
Oh, so he doesn't land immediately?
No, he gets like injured. And he like, oh, see, look, he's landing like at a place I can't get to him. I don't know how to get up there.
Come on, Scooter.
Friggin' inclined.
If you're just tuning in,
I'm trying to fight a dragon up a very high mountain I can't get up.
And your name is Terry Nguyen.
Yes.
And the review is up on oneup.com right now and on IGN.com. You're watching the OneUp live stream, and the OneUp one, or the IGN one starts at noon.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to kill this dragon before we end. Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm on fire, but whatever.
Did your horse just disappear?
Nope.
Oh, weird.
Clipping, I think.
Anyways, we're giving away copies of the game and the collector's edition as well. So if you go to oneup.com right now, you can see, you know, our review. But you want to check out facebook.com/oneup to enter into winning the collector's
I'm trying to
edition.
get him to a place where I can hit him. He's angry at me, so I think hopefully he'll follow me.
Wait, he landed, but then he can get back up, so it's only a temporary
It's a
thing?
temporary thing. It forces them to land really soon, because otherwise they could just take on freaking
Oh,
forever to
that's
land.
Oh wow. You just took that to the face, didn't you?
Yeah, whatever. Oh wait, okay. There's more open land here. I think I can make him land near here now. Okay, next time he comes in, he should be able to land. Oh, there he is. Let's see.
Look how excited you are.
Want to see how fast this goes?
That's not that fast.
Oh,
He just stays there. Oh no, he took off again.
where is he? Death animation.
Whoa.
There we go. And I'm going to eat his soul.
What?
You absorb their soul. Look.
Well then, that's pleasant.
Yeah, soul eating.
And it leaves our carcass.
Yep.
Nice.
I killed a dragon like right in the courtyard of a castle, and so every time I go there, people are like, "Whoa, there's a dragon corpse here." I'm like, "Yep, that's me."
Overhunter1 on Twitter asked, in order to absorb his soul, you need to activate the corresponding dragon shire or something?
Doesn't seem so, because there are dragons I fought that are not assigned to a shrine that I've absorbed their soul before. It came up because earlier I had killed a dragon and nothing happened. So, no, but it's not necessarily that, because I've killed randomly spawned dragons that are not assigned to a dragon shrine, and I did not, and I absorbed their soul just fine. Okay. Okay. So you have to go from this angle to get to the Dragon Shrine. I still want to go there because usually these shrines contain words for me to learn dragon shouts. That I can then make my dude even more badass.
Zadi B Mag on Twitter asked, yeah, it's hard to read some of these. Will the PC version have the same modding community as it did with Oblivion and Moral?
I believe so. Let's see, where the heck is... Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the mod tools have been released yet, but yeah, Bethesda definitely knows that modding is a big part of the Elder Scrolls, franchise, and they're like, yep, there will be mod tools. I don't know what this is. Wow, there's a lot of dead people here. I just took money from a dead person. I'm grave robbing. Okay, so here's a shrine I was supposed to go to. So here's a Dragon Shrine, and wow, they sacrifice people, and there's a freaking cow that got sacrificed here.
Link to 999 asked, how are giants compared to dragons?
Much tougher. It earlier in the live stream, it took me a long time to kill. It took me quite a while to kill a giant, and that dragon took me like what, a minute and a half. Okay, see, so these shrines have words, and I just learned a dragon word that makes that spell I used earlier that makes a guy like lose his weapon. I just made it more powerful.
Okay.
So yep. And the scary part is actually at these dragon shrines is usually is a guy there that is like a really powerful wizard, and I'm actually kind of happy that he's not here. Because actually the wizards are a bit more powerful than the dragons. But yep. So yes, at least I killed a dragon in front of Tina. At a very high place.
I would just spend this entire live stream just doing that.
Well, there's that. Let's see. I don't know where another dragon I can fight is. This is like dragon number 3, I think at least I've killed.
Do it.
Let's see. Wait.
Infinite Fun Time. Aw. His question is there unicorns in Skyrim?
I have not seen a unicorn. I wouldn't be surprised if there is. There's constantly stuff I didn't know was in Skyrim until I played it. So
some people are asking if you installed the game or if you're just playing off the disc.
I'm playing off the disc right now.
Right.
So let's see. Oh, okay. I might be able to find a dragon like right over there actually.
Do it. Kill
Let's
it.
see. Oh man, I gotta go down this mountain. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Ryan's gonna jump back on, so I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Bye.
Right. Hey guys, what's up? Thanks, Tina.
So you saw that it took me a little over an hour to go from east to west because I went a little bit like east beyond Riften, and Tina demanded that I fight a dragon because she didn't see the rest of the live stream where I killed like multiple dragons. So I went to the shrine. I actually had a hard time going to my main game, so I'm actually going to save this game and keep it because I had a hard time getting here in my main game, but now I've done it. Learn a word, and I'm going to try to fight another dragon for giggles.
Very nice. There were a couple of questions that people have been asking about throughout the day about the differences on the platforms. Bethesda only sent us the 360 and PC version, so we weren't able to actually try out the PS3 version. But we've now been able to sort of take a look and compare all the 3 platforms. And it turns out that if you don't install the game to the HDD, the PS3 version is far and away superior graphically. But once you install the game, they're about on par with each other.
I don't know what's going on.
So you're saying you're playing this on the disc, right?
Yes. I don't know what's going on.
Neither do I. But so the PS3 version looks better than this, but if you were to install it to the hard drive, this game, it would look a lot better. So
how did that skeleton do that?
So it seems to work like the Battlefield texture pack install without like the menu option. So it's just a normal HDD install and it does that.
Okay. I don't know what's going on.
So I think you might have stumbled into like what is a big story quest early.
Really? I finished. I mean, it must be story in the sense that like it's a big side quest because this is not during the main plotline.
Yeah, I mean a big like something with a big quest.
Yeah,
attached
because
to it.
I've not seen ghosts that have been like complaining about what they're doing before. I'm saving. This is worth a save for me. Because a ghost that's saying I don't know what's happening is new to me. I'm gonna go inside this dungeon.
All right, so we are coming up on the final half hour of OneUp.com's live Skyrim stream, but we will have more. We will have more Skyrim for you after afternoon. So if you're watching on the IGN.com feed for this right now, All you'll have to do is refresh your page, and you'll be able to watch the IGN live stream, which will go from noon to 4, I think. And if you're watching this on the oneup.com page, all you got to do is refresh the page come noon, and you'll be able to watch the IGN feed on OneUp. If you're watching on Justin TV or Twitch TV, you're probably going to have to look. You can head to either oneup.com or IGN.com to check out the feeds there. So we still have, 4.5 hours of Skyrim stuff for you.
So for a bit of context, what I usually do is I'm doing a miscellaneous task that simply says, let me see which one I'm doing. Find the source of power and name of location. These tended to be dragon shrines, so that's why I've been going to them. And Tina's like, "Go fight a dragon." So I go, "Okay, I have this one." So I'm assuming it's a dragon shrine. We have you and I and our audience are now discovering it is apparently it may or may not be a dragon shrine. Right now, I'm finding ghosts in the underground dungeon, and this is completely new surprise to me because I assume, I don't know what's going on right now.
I don't have any choice.
Well, whatever. I still murdered that ghost.
So in the end, I'm sure you'll find out that this is, all the doing of,
something. But yeah, so I don't know. I assume one thing, and this is completely different than what I've been thinking so far. Whoa, this looks foreboding.
Can you have a dog as a companion?
I have not seen, I've seen animals, but not like a... Yes, my follower, I agree. I don't know what's going to happen.
Someone there? I don't have any choice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This isn't what I
Man, I feel kind of like a dick, but that's my character. Okay.
All right.
Wow, this chest is marked. There's something inside this chest that's doing... Oh, wait. I'm going to learn a word. What the... Wow, game.
Trap.
Yes, you
God damn it.
Greed makes a great lure. Odd you didn't die from the fall, though. Most do. Oh, and don't mind my assistant.
Can you throw us some magic? Just set him on fire right now.
But he's still more... Helped to be dead than he was alive. Never should have come here.
So I guess I'll try to hit him and then I'll... Let's see. Light. Alright. So something people should be aware of is so fire does damage over time. Ice will drain stamina and health, so that you use them on like melee warriors so that they don't do powerful attacks. And lightning will drain magic, so that's why I'm switching lightning so I get hurt and take away his mana. But yeah,
he's running away, so you're gonna have to lockpick your way out of there. One person asking, do stored items disappear? Like if you hide items in a random barrel in a town, will they disappear?
I have not experienced it myself, but I've been consciously making an effort to put items in places I own. Because the game warns you that items and you put something like you're saying a random barrel, it may or may not disappear. So I'm assuming they do. I have yet to actually have it happen. I am not an expert lockpicker. I probably should have waited for him to talk and figure something out.
Here's a question right up your alley. Are characters able to be good assassins, like Dexter? I don't think I would call Dexter an assassin, but you wanted to be a serial killer in your playthrough.
Oh wow, he has 10 lockpicks. Yeah, it is a bit difficult to be a serial killer because I learned a lot of people have children in their home, and children in this game are unkillable. So there's usually a lot of... Basically, that means that if I try to murder someone in their house, there's a child in there, there's always a witness, and the guards catch on to me quickly. The closest I've done to being a serial killer kind of thing is that I have actually gone to a house of a person I know does not have children. I got into their house in the afternoon while they're away, being a shopkeep during the daytime. I purposely sit down in their dining room chair, and I tell the game that make me wait there for 3 hours until it's nighttime. Then they come in the room, they're like, "What are you doing here?" And I jump up and I kill them right away, and then I drop a potato in their head as my calling card.
Potato? You have a calling card.
Yeah. Oh my god. This is Jeremy would shake his head because right now he could probably get past his lock pretty easily. I've burned through 10 lockpicks just.
Oh! You're almost there.
So it's almost at that. What?
Gently. Jeremy says to do it gently.
Whoa. No. I want to see, do I adjust up? Oh. Okay, I think I just had to go a little bit more up.
But the sweet spot on these expert locks is so small. This is incredibly difficult.
I got 30 left. Let's
All right. Kylik Good wants to know, can you kill ghosts without enchantment / silver / spell?
I believe so because I just, if you notice, I've been finding ghosts and I don't have any silver or enchanted equipment. I'm using default ebony and glass equipment, but I think silver and enchanted stuff are more effective against ghosts, but you could still damage them, I believe.
Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh. Wow.
I got 28 left.
28 lockpicks. All right. So we are still taking questions at 1UP using the hashtag Skyrim
Friggin'
over
warlock
Twitter if you
trap.
are interested in entering our contest for a free copy of Skyrim.
All right.
They are open to U.S. residents over the age of 18 only. Apologies to our viewers in Europe, Oceania, or wherever in the world you may be.
He's actually damaging me. You gotta drink some potions.
Gotta drink some potions. All right. Von Squirrely wants to know, is the main city like the Imperial City in Skyrim?
I'm not sure if there are cities that big. There are like 9 big cities, so I haven't been to all of them, but they are all, the ones I've been to have been impressive in their own right. They're maybe not quite as big as like the Imperial City, because the Imperial City in Oblivion was like the main place for like that region, while this is divided to multiple holds and counties or whatever. But they're pretty good, and I like how Jeremy and I have pointed out earlier that each capital city has its own distinct look and feel, so they are pretty cool and impressive. Okay.
All right. Kyle R. Webb wants to know about your serial killing activities. He asks, a potato, do they say the eye of the potato is upon you?
Oh, I wish they did. What the heck? I wonder. Oh, here's an example. Look, So, as I said earlier, if you read a book and it has a bonus to either a quest or a skill, it does it right when you open it, so you don't have to page through it. This paging through is like optional, but I just learned some destruction magic from it. I'm going to read this guy's journal. He is talking about how amusing it is that all the people who fall into that stupid pit that I fell into.
So, a couple of people who were watching the lockpick drama a few minutes ago are asking how the lockpicking system works. It's basically the same as Fallout.
Yeah.
You know, you have your lockpick and your knife, and you turn with the knife. So the left stick,
I've got your back.
turn the doorknob with the left stick, control the lockpick with the right. You find the sweet spot, and if you fail too many times, the lockpick breaks.
Let's see. Pack mule.
Pack mule, which is about all the companions are good for. I've noticed. I haven't particularly. I haven't seen any that are particularly effective.
They could be decent tanks, and that they could be decent ways to distract the enemy from focusing on just you on occasion, which is helpful. And yeah, pack mules and like distractions for big enemies. So I don't know. Sorry. I decapitated a ghost.
Fighting more ghosts. It's all an evil, elaborate plan to lower real estate values. It's like a Scooby-Doo episode, I'm sure.
Okay. This is all new to me.
Mr. Showtime is asking about third-person view. Third-person view works a lot better in this than it has in previous games. Jeremy swears by it. In my experience, though, it's still not quite how you want to play the game.
It kind of, I guess, it like, especially during melee combat, it helps. It's easier to line up your shots and stuff from first person directly, but it's much more playable than previous Elder Scrolls game, Elder Scrolls or Bethesda games overall. Like I can switch to third person; it looks cooler than it did in like Fallout and what the.
All right, lots of questions coming in about sort of like the voice acting as well. Voice acting is about on par with the Fallout games, I have to say.
Yeah, with the amusing, I was chatting over with Brad Shoemaker, Giant Bomb, and he noticed that Max von Sydow, one like the celebrity names, like he's been in things from like Das Boot to like, let's see what other. I want to say he's also been in some Stephen King movies like Needful Things, but he's an established like old timey dramatic actor kind of type. He voiced the character, but that character sometimes you could tell that the way he talks, his inflection changes, and you go like, oh, there must be additional dialogue that they didn't have, him in the studio for, so they got like a sound alike. So there's one character that kind of switches between like normal old man and like slightly different old man cadence. It's like, oh, okay, they're supposed to sound like versus the actual.
Yeah, that's
actor.
absolutely. You're going to encounter the same. I mean, if you played Fallout, you will recognize those voices.
Let's see, and Linda Carter is in this game. Yeah.
Wonder Woman herself.
I forgot which character she. Oh yeah, there's a lever. Here we go. That's it.
So it's never so bad that it gets distracting, but it's certainly not. It's certainly noticeable.
Yeah, but it's been fine overall. But what stood out the most is if you watch Battlestar Galactica, General Colonel Ty is a character in this game. It freaked me out.
Yeah, no, he was also in New Vegas too.
Oh, that's right.
He was the doctor who helped you out at the very beginning of New Vegas.
Thank that's a good reminder. I don't know where I'm going when I'm doing.
Or actually, I'm not sure that actually was Colonel Ty. I think I looked it up, and it was just some guy who just sounded exactly like him.
Okay.
The Tyclops. That was
Okay.
he was called. Can companions die?
Yes. What happens is, let's see. Well, my companion's not around. Okay. Companions can take a lot of punishment, and at some point when they reach imagine the Halo health/shield mechanic. At some point when their health goes down low enough, they will kind of start kneeling down, like what they're doing right now. It'll be very obvious. If enough damage is applied to them while they're kneeling down, they die. But if they're left alone while kneeling, they kind of regenerate and get back up. So I've had instances where an enemy will swing a really big weapon while they're kneeling, and boom, they're dead. I know they're dead because instead of saying talk, it says search, which is searching a corpse. So companions can die, and usually they are just pack mules, but I usually if someone dies, I usually then just reload a save that I made recently for that.
All right. Here comes a guy who comes along to comment on the voice acting. He says the actor you're thinking of is Max von Sydow.
Yeah, I was trying to establish what else Max von Sydow has been in.
He was Father Merrin from The Exorcist.
Okay, we'll see. Yeah, because I think when I tried to explain to Jeremy, oh yeah, Max von Sydow's in this game, Jeremy didn't know who I was talking about. I'm like, he was in Das Bo, he was in, Exorcist. But I'm trying to think of a recent thing Sydow has been in. Maybe is what. That's my challenge. All right, I'm gonna see if I could just jump in without falling into that pit. That's why I've saved just now.
He says, are there perks for Metalhead 9806 asks, are there perks for specific types of weapons like one-handed maces and swords, or is it under a general one-handed perk tree?
It is under the one-handed perk tree, but there are specific perks I'm about to show it. Under the one-handed tree, perk for attack with axes, attack with maces, attack with swords. So
okay,
they are
so it does break down.
Yes, they are folded into the one-handed tree, but there are perks for specific things within that tree. Okay, now I'm going around now. Oh, I'm going to learn my dragon shout.
So a dragon shout without killing a dragon.
Yeah, they're just words apart. What the? I don't even know what that is. Okay. I want to open. There's nothing in this chest.
It was a trap, remember?
Yeah. Silly.
Can you combine shouts in any way?
No, I mean shouts. What happens with the shout system is you learn the shout, and each shout can have 3 words, and as words are added, it becomes more powerful. So I just learned earlier, Tina and I had done a shrine where I only learned 1 word for disarm, but now I learned 2 words. So now my disarm can I could take on more powerful guys with it. And I just learned this shout, which is, oh okay, and when animals attack me, they won't.
Yeah,
I can make them.
Jeremy used this a lot in his section of the live stream because he kept on getting attacked by animals.
So does he have the shout, or does he have his abilities through something that's not a shout?
It's through the shout.
Oh, okay. I discovered a shout just now. I didn't have this, but.
All right, more about Max von Sydow. Everybody loves him. Apparently, What Dreams May Come and Shutter Island as well.
Shutter Island, that's right. He's one of the doctors of Shutter Island. Yes.
All
I don't
right.
know if Jeremy has seen that, but that's my most current reference for Max von Sydow.
So, White Rabbit XD wants to know, what is your favorite glitch so far?
My favorite glitch. Let's see. I haven't had anything quite as funny as I know. Jeremy said he's had I guess the way giants, when they hit people, they ragdoll into really weird things, and sometimes, especially if I get hit by a giant, and I have clothing, I got my tail on my cape, and my tail or my cape gets caught onto something while my body's flying through the air. It super stretches like Mr. Fantastic. That's a goofy looking thing. But other than that, I haven't really run into funny glitches, just more in annoying glitches. So
If you dual wield magic, do they combine in any way?
yeah.
like in a fire and ice?
Fire and ice is just simply that they don't do it like a super spell. They're just simply like you're hitting someone with fire and ice at the same time. Like,
But there are other ones that combine into a super spell of sorts.
to make a super, that's just fire and ice at the same time. To make a super spell, you do 2 of the same spell.
Oh, very
Yeah.
cool.
Oh boy, my Xbox friends list were like, who are all these people that are adding me? Sorry, I forgot to turn that off, and now people watching the live stream know people on my friends list.
Do mages have stronger shouts?
I don't think so. I think shouts are equal, but mages have more shout-like things at their disposal because simply shouts are like almost a substitution for magic. But
All right, we're coming in the final minutes of our
all right.
Skyrim. I almost said Oblivion. Skyrim live stream.
So I guess what should I try to do? I've killed some dragons. I investigated this thing that turned out to be not what I expected. What else is there is there any special request for people wanting me to try?
Yeah, if you have a special request for for something you want to see in the last few minutes, go ahead and tweet that to us now at 1UP, #Skyrim. So after we're done, IGN will be live streaming theirs, and if you're watching on 1UP.com, all you have to do is refresh the page, and the our current embed will be switched out for IGN's embed. If you're watching on IGN, again, all you have to do is stay on IGN, and 1UP's embed will be switched out for IGN's. If you're watching on Twitch TV or Justin TV or some other player like that, just simply head over to 1UP.com or IGN.com, and you'll be able to continue watching from there. They are set to go live any minute now. All right, so let's see what requests have come in. Crafting. People want to see crafting.
I will do a bit of that, I guess. Let me.
And other people want to see you die. Suicide jumps and death animation seems to be the most popular thing.
Oh, okay.
So crafting and a suicide jump in the final minutes.
Suicide jump. Oh, you know what? I can fast travel to the highest point in the game.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, do that.
Throw it at the world. Yep, that will be how I end it.
All right. So we're going to sit through a couple of load screens here.
Oh yeah, I've been grinding crafting because I've just been making leather goods here.
Got some good
Let's see.
looking to protect yourself?
I need to buy material. That's what I'm doing right now. Let's see. I'll buy a bunch of iron, and I'll buy a bunch of leather. I think I can make things now.
Don't forget to check inside the shop.
Oh, I'm way down, but whatever.
All right, yeah, so just head over to the blacksmith forge and see what you can't make.
Okay. Can I make any? I'll make studded armor.
Studded armor works.
Yay! Oh man, if I make like a couple more things, I can like level up my smithing while I'm at it.
You can make leather armor.
Yeah, level. Now I'm 32. I'm 31.
All right, so dump some equipment. That's some crafting. We only got a few minutes left. Dump some crafting and let's go to the highest point. Dump some items and let's go to the highest point
In the game and jump off. I wonder. Oh, you know what? There's a guy that hangs around here, and when he sees you drop armor, he goes like, "Can I take it?" And I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Sure, dude. Sure.
So there is some sort of like armor grabbing hobo that lives in this neighborhood. All right. I will spend the final few minutes going to the highest point in the game.
All right. A couple of people over the course of this live stream have asked about death penalties, but I haven't got a chance to answer. There's no death penalty when you die. It's game over, and you have to reload
Game over
your
and
most
reload, yeah.
recent save.
Not like a Momo.
Momo. All right, highest point in the game with the dragon.
Ignore that. I'm just gonna... Sure. Let's see.
Is that another dragon?
Yeah, that's a. I'm not gonna comment on that. Oh, damn it! There's like things in the way.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, there we go. And that is a great spot to end it on. As I mentioned before, we will IGN.com will continue their live stream of Skyrim. This has been OneUp.com's. So if you're watching on OneUp currently, just stay tuned on the page you're watching on and hit F5 to refresh, and the IGN stream will appear there. If you're watching on IGN right now, again, all you have to do is stay on IGN, hit refresh, and the IGN embed will appear on there. If you're watching on Twitch TV or Justin TV, head over to IGN.com or OneUp.com and click on the live stream links. They should be right up there at the top of the page, and you'll be able to continue watching. Thank you very much for everyone who did. We'll be contacting the contest winners as soon as we can.
All right.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Oh, damn persistent cough. I think only one time I got really cold. Not really a cold, it's just a cough that lingers even though I'm
No, that was Johnny Society. That other song.
That's right, I should have told her to like not have notifications turned on.
So is IGN embedded into the one up page since you
She
said
is doing that.
okay? It's like
She should already have published it, and that should give it enough time.
yeah, when I just refreshed it wasn't there. That's cool though. Cool, awesome.
Yep, there we go.
So at the end it was 8,700.
Very nice.
So
Beat Dragon Ball.
yeah, they're like a 70 something hundred right now.
Castlevania.